week ago we
when
had.
I woke up
I'm
this
happy.
morning and I stepped outside, I was like, oh my God, it's spring.
But it was nice outside,
It was
right?
gorgeous.
Yeah. One of those days where you want to go for like a walk.
Yeah. Not really, but sure.
What was that face?
Little
Twitch.
I don't know, like
A
yeah,
little
no, I believe you.
Oh, okay. I was like, shit.
Like this is the season where I hate the most because everything's super dirty.
Yeah.
I
No,
get
I
it,
agree. It's
but-
so unfortunate.
I don't like
After the
spring.
snow we just got,
I prefer fall.
fall is beautiful.
Fall is my favorite in spring.
Spring is too dirty for
No, late spring when it's almost summer, like around your birthday.
I know what she's talking about.
Okay.
Like around
Like
your birthday.
that's when it gets past though,
Yeah,
you know, the
yeah.
dog shit everywhere and
Yeah.
this melted snow
Greens
and all that crap.
come out. It's like
What are we, meteorologists?
Yeah.
What the fuck is happening?
Yep.
See, what's up, girl? It's been a while.
That's it, really.
Yeah,
What's that new laugh?
I like it.
I feel a little bit more energized than I've been for the
nice.
last month and a half. So.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
What brought about this new energy?
Less work.
Oh,
I
That
work
would do
part-time.
it.
I work part-time now.
oh,
Yeah.
Okay, what do you do with your newfound time?
Doesn't show up to the pod.
No, that's not true.
This guy always has to be shady.
Not true.
bro.
What nonsense.
Started this.
What
At least I'll say it
nonsense.
to her off camera.
But it's so unlike me. I was like, oh, fuck. I felt like so guilty.
Almost winter blues, you would say.
I don't think it's the winter blues. I think it was just the work blues.
The work blues.
It was just the massive change. And I think I went through all the steps of, what is it called? Of grief, anger, sadness, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because we only had 2 weeks notice and they were closing our clinic and then they like shipped us and separated us into
Treated
this
you like
huge
numbers.
clinic. This huge clinic that were like, what the frick is going on? And it was too fast. We didn't have time to really absorb it because then it was the holidays and all that. And then we come back from the holidays and we start in this new place. And it was really chaotic.
Hey,
it really
man.
hit me hard. And then I went through being sad and then I was angry. I think that's what happened is I was so angry for so long. It drained my energy so much.
So you weren't always
yeah.
feeling it.
No, I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling anything. I was a nightmare at home.
Yeah.
Shy was
He
like,
like-
what is happening?
Actually, that's a good question. I don't know if you had a topic today, but like, how do you manage chaos usually? Like when things are like that spiraling.
Me?
Yeah. Well, I mean, anyone.
My biggest flaw, I think, and I guess because I'm in a relationship, I realized it, is I go into this little cocoon and I try to figure it out on my own. I need my space. I just need to protect my feelings, figure them out. But the fact is that then he would take it like, what's wrong with you? Why are you mad? Or did I do something? Or he would take it like the vibe on himself type of thing. And then I was like, oh, that's true. There's another person. So then, we had to sit down and be like, I'm like, this is not you. This is me. Maybe the way that I'm coping with things is not good. So I tried to be mindful. Sometimes it's hard. It's freaking hard. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Oh.
Like I'm trying to manage my emotions, but at the same time, I have to also manage like
Someone else's
our relationship.
and
Like what the hell's going on?
expectations.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's like, yeah, what the fuck's going on with you? Yeah, we had a little bit of squabbles, I guess.
Hey, it's to happen.
What can we
Squabble
do?
up.
That's better now. I'm more human.
What about you, Mitchell? Facial expressions. How do you manage chaos?
Isolation.
Literally.
Yeah, but
I'm
too.
single.
Yes, but there you go. Like
He's
me,
single and he ain't ready to
Isolation.
mingle.
isolation is like my friend,
But isolation
not
is key,
anymore.
I find, in a sense.
Yeah, but it's hard when you were.
Yes,
But even in the relationship, I do find it's still good to isolate yourself in a sense when it comes to when you want to, when you're reflecting or trying to understand your emotions and your feelings, right? Like when you're going through something, whether
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
work or whatever it is,
Right.
I think it's really key because that way sometimes people tend to, I feel, speak too soon. I don't know if that makes sense.
yes,
but
yes.
Yeah,
But that's what I
reactive.
avoid.
reactive, yeah.
So can I ask you just a very random question just to get an idea? How
Yeah.
much time do you say per day do you guys spend alone?
I
like
have
apart?
a lot.
No, alone. Like you're
Just to
alone,
yourself and your
you
thoughts?
and yourself.
Not
Oh.
working, you mean?
Oh.
Like,
Not working.
Not even working, huh?
Like I'm
Ooh.
spending like it could be in your route to work. It could be
Yeah, I feel you.
It could
I
be,
mean, it depends. I think.
but if you would
Not a
give an
lot.
average, especially you live with somebody,
Yeah.
right? So
But I like the fact that we're fairly independent. Like we have very similar hobbies. Like we both love to cook. You know, we both like to go out and, you know.
Did you guys do it together?
Yeah. Like,
But
So
what
that's
percentage?
not alone
What
time.
percentage
no,
of
but
that?
not alone
the
time.
Yeah, what
alone
percentage of
time,
that is you
sometimes
alone?
it's like he'll go
Okay,
watch
for
his
example,
hockey.
today, for example,
Right.
take today. How much time, like the minute you woke up all the way to here right now,
Yeah.
how much time do you think, in minutes or hours, do you think you spent alone?
Car ride.
Well, my car
included.
ride to work,
That's
right?
what?
That's 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah, it takes
1
2
hour,
Traffic.
1 hour.
1 hour, 1 hour.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a lot of alone.
Yeah. And
So that's
it's,
2
It's
hours?
actually quite nice. That's when I get my little Dateline murder podcast. Yeah, that's my me time.
Okay.
And then when I get home, it depends.
Today.
Today, I mean, he was grocery shopping when I got home. I got home. I kind of just settled in, cleaned up a few things, a few dishes. Then he came. Then I put away the groceries. Then he mopped the floor. And anyway, stuff like that. We talked a little bit. Then I started to cook. So I was cooking. He was doing a few chores around the house here and there with the dog.
He was still very present.
He
You
was
communicated.
like
So you're
we were-
meaning what you mean
we were
is like
interacting.
completely
Alone.
nobody in the house.
Then that would be
next
a
to you.
weekend. Let's say a Saturday.
I'm talking today. Focus.
But I know. But
No,
today,
no, but
this is
it's-
today. But if you're talking about, let's say, a weekend where
Yeah.
we actually are not interrupted
Yeah.
by work schedules, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So on a weekend, like Saturday, I go downstairs and have my coffee. He takes more time to wake up, so that's his alone time.
Yeah,
he
but
takes
how?
his shower,
how,
blah
like,
blah blah.
What, 20
I'm
minutes,
downstairs.
30 minutes, 40
No,
minutes?
it could be an hour.
Okay,
I'm
an hour.
alone, enjoying my coffee,
Okay.
like watching some TV or whatever, reading something, enjoying my coffee. And he takes his time upstairs, takes his shower. Then he comes down, and then I go up and take my shower.
You're like, switch.
Okay.
So it's like we have our alone time. Then we come down, we're like, okay, we're ready for the day. We're going to do like grocery shop or whatever. Sometimes he has plans. Sometimes I have plans.
So you guys do things separately.
We do. And then sometimes we have days that we spend like all the time.
No, but we know the spending all the time, that's a given.
Yeah.
It was more the focus on like when
But
do you
we
have
do
your
have
own?
a lot of me time. Like it's funny, we actually were away at a chalet Friday, Saturday, and early Sunday. So when we were there, we were with 3 other couples. Was it
Damn.
three other couples? But we're family, right? It's my brothers, and
okay.
and they're and they're
Yeah,
and they're
okay.
significant.
Sounds
others.
like you know a lot of couples.
I was like, damn.
And they're
this-
significant others because it was one of my youngest brother's birthday, so we did a little something for him. And I remember out of all the couples, I made the observation, and I told him, my boyfriend, I was like, yo, out of all the couples, we were the ones that were the least together. Like we were doing our own little thing,
In the at
and the others
chalet.
would always be like, "Oh, let's go here together," and then like they were never doing their separate.
You guys
thing.
are like that old couple.
Like we would be like together here and there, and then it's like, okay, he wants to go to the jacuzzi. I'm like, ew, I don't want to, and I do my own
Was
thing.
that really necessary?
Yeah,
The ear part?
it is for me.
Instead of just saying, no.
It's
It's
just
the
a
dahlia.
bacteria.
She has to-
It's
she has to
bacteria
sprinkle.
feeding around. I'm just like, nah. I don't know who owns it. I don't know how they clean this.
Oh, damn.
I go through the whole rundown. Others people, they're like,
Don't
they're
they
okay
have
with
like
it.
sanitization stuff for those
I don't
places?
care.
They're stricter than other places because of the inspectors and stuff like that.
Right, but you know,
Yeah, but
I
again,
trust no
I
one.
don't do it neither, except if I'm
Yeah,
intoxicated.
And then you make it worse because then you definitely have to sanitize it after you. Oh, I know. I'm talking about the naughty stuff.
Actually,
I
no,
know where
no,
you're going.
No, I don't do naughty in water.
yuck.
Oh,
No,
Well-
how is that even?
it is possible,
No,
guys.
it's
I'm
very
not saying-
possible.
I'm
Been
not
there,
saying
done
it-
that.
I'm not saying it's impossible.
It's not my favorite.
It is not comfortable. I will say
not
that.
my favorite.
It's true. It's not the. It's
Like,
not sexy.
You can warm up the I was gonna say the victim.
Get it. Oh wow, wow.
Are you watching Dateline too?
Yeah.
So
watching
because
the
of your murder
Same
podcast.
crime podcast. Yep.
I'm gonna have one with you soon. Oh shit!
Like, shit, he's describing sin. I know who the murderer is.
I knew it.
Oh my god.
But yeah, you can warm up there. But
Only
again,
sin in the building. That's how.
But yeah, so I made that observation, and I asked him, I'm like, "What do you think that is? Do you think that's a red flag?" He's like, "No, we're just more secure, I guess." I was like, "I don't know.
That's one way to look
I
at
don't
it.
know what that meant."
You're
I,
looking for red flags.
I know. I was just asking, "What do you think that? Like, what do you think that means?" And he's like, "I don't know. Maybe we're just more secure."
Well, do
with
the
one
other
another."
couples live together?
Yeah, they do.
Oh,
Yeah, they all do.
because
Yeah,
I'd be like you. I'd be like,
I'm like, yo, I see you all the time.
do my thing on the
Do you
side.
spend a lot of time alone?
Yeah, I do. I actually like spending time alone.
So what's
When I get outside of my alone time is that's when chaos happens.
society? These pathetic fools.
Society.
Exactly. What
They're
what does my alone time consist of?
Yeah, I want to know. What do you do?
A lot of right now it's unproductive shit. I'm not even gonna lie.
So
No,
it's
I'm not.
productive for you.
Like there's like this fucking game that I'm playing right now.
Oh.
It's addictive. It's like
On your phone?
Yeah, strategy.
It's not Candy Crush, is it?
No, it's like a
Those
strategy
days are
game.
over.
It's not alone time. Hold on, because
You're playing with other people?
so many other people, and you're managing people's.
Does that count as me time?
No,
No.
I just have to check myself on it. It's not alone time. I don't spend a lot of alone time now.
Oh shit! You've come to the realization.
Fuck.
That's
No,
what's
like
the problem.
I do I'm on there. I'm like, but let's say when I'm actually just me, I like to catch up on shows and stuff like that.
Okay, alone.
Yeah, and and right now I'm actually listening to an audiobook called the Man the Moment Demands. So that one
I've
is
heard of
the
this. Why
big
have I heard
focus
of
that I
this?
have right now on. Yeah, really good.
Sounds
You
familiar.
might have heard it from your boyfriend because I recommended it to him.
Oh, I think so. I think
Yeah.
you might have mentioned that.
Yeah. So
What
but,
about when you cook? Do you cook alone?
Oh yeah.
Like, see, I consider that alone time sometimes. It's very
Well, it
therapeutic.
depends if there's somebody there with you or not.
Does the person have to? If the person's not interacting with
What
you?
about if they're
No,
not
that's it.
interacting?
Like if they're in the house on the second floor, it doesn't count. It's like when he wakes up, right? It doesn't count.
Yeah.
But if he's seated in front of you taking a glass of wine or communicating, talking about the news, that's not alone time.
That's
What
not
is your alone time consist
I'm always
of?
alone.
No,
I'm
what
always-
about
No,
when you
I
have your
mean
kids?
you have the kids.
No, even when I have the kid, because the
Oh,
kids.
they're in their rooms. That
no,
age?
because
No,
they
no,
have
no,
they
no,
have they have life now. They have their lives.
Yes. No, because the thing is, keep in mind. So if we take a weekend where I have my kids,
Yes.
they wake up, the earliest is 11:30 noon.
That's crazy.
Damn, and you're an early bird.
I'm always up at 7. So I have
Yeah, that's
time
okay.
So I have time to watch my shows.
Have your coffee.
Oh, I have my coffee, my tea.
You watch
Oh,
it.
you
You
had
watch
the
it.
whole-
You
the
watch
whole
your little
lowdown.
ratchet shows.
What ratchet shows? No, that's with my daughter.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's
No,
with my
that's
daughter.
what your daughter.
Which
No,
ones are those,
lately
the
I've been
anime?
watching Paradise Alone because my kids are not.
Oh my God,
Oh, I
watch
started Paradise
Paradise.
too.
I fucking love that show.
Yeah.
You see the light?
You don't gotta look so scared. It's.
Yeah, I'm up to date.
I love it.
It's,
I'm not up to date.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not? Where are you?
I'm
It's okay.
3 episodes in.
Yeah, there's 3 left.
the last
So
one
how
I
much in
found was
total?
interesting. But there was one thing I don't like about that show.
What is it?
I don't know if you've picked up on it. It's the sound effects that
Yeah.
it has in the background of this pulsating thing, and it triggers like this kind
Anxiety?
of like you're anxious, like you're almost like antsy.
That's
like,
what it's probably intended to
But that's what I'm saying. They're living in.
do. Yeah, the commune, whatever you want
in
to
a
call
No,
it.
but it's underground.
It's a
I know,
cave,
yeah.
cave.
So yeah, it's so
Colorado.
because of that, it
The
has to
claustrophobia. And
Exactly.
I have to
And
simulate those.
because
crazy,
in
the
episode
effect.
5 at one point, whatever you'll see,
okay.
like because it's all artificial light. You see, that
Yeah, I
people
know.
get
I know.
so-
Oh, the sun.
So
and
they have a
everything.
glitch in it,
Okay.
and then people start panicking. and
Okay, I
then-
haven't gotten there yet.
And the
so, okay.
psychologist is like, oh, they're gonna remember that they're in a cave, but they're like, but they do know. They're like, no, because they're constantly reminded.
that life is normal. type thing.
Exactly.
You know the Billy Pace, the character
Billy,
Pace.
yeah.
Okay. There was an episode
So is he the
dedicated to
villain or
him,
not?
right? There's a
Maybe.
dedicated episode to him and his character.
Episode.
I was laughing so much because he just reminded me of my brother Carlos the whole time. The whole time. I'm like, this guy never shuts the fuck up. He just says a bunch of stupidity.
Yeah, but usually that is to mask certain certain
Secrets, trauma.
exactly.
But I do enjoy the show. It does
Insecurities,
keep you on
stuff
the
like that.
It kept me. Now I'm starting to less like it because it's more now turning into like a 24 type of episode.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're
I'm
saying.
not
But I
someone.
no, yeah, but
yeah,
go,
I gotta continue.
Because
Well,
I
gotta
really
continue.
liked because I thought it was going to be a murder mystery.
Really?
Well, the first episode's kind of that.
I mean, I'm
I thought
I'm,
so
I'm
too,
at episode
but
3, so
then-
it's still kind of like that
Yeah,
for me.
it's gonna flip very quickly.
Yeah, okay.
That's why.
This old man too.
Mm-hmm.
I love that show. Jeff
This old man. Oh
What is
yeah.
that? I don't
Jeff
know
Bridges,
that one.
man.
He's a great actor, though.
Yeah, it's,
But I
I
don't know
like
that
it
one.
a lot. We started
Oh,
watching
is
it
it like an
because of
action type
Paradise.
thing?
It is. He's like an
Thriller?
ex-retired CIA agent, I guess.
Okay.
Or correspondent or something.
Look at
and
you.
it's-
You definitely changed. We never used to be able to talk shows with her.
I know. It's because of my boyfriend.
I know.
I used to love watching shows, but I guess, I don't know.
Or not during the period of when we started
Yeah,
this.
but
You,
now,
like
you
we'd
know,
say
I
a
have-
show to you, it'd
Now
be
I
like,
got a buddy to discuss it with. So, yeah.
Is
it's
that
really good.
important for you
What?
which part?
to be able to watch a show and discuss it?
Yes and no. Because sometimes I watch things on my own, but if it's something that we mutually like, sometimes he'll say something, or I'm like, oh, I bet you this is what's gonna happen, and vice versa. I'd be like, wow, that's crazy. Or it'll actually trigger things, like, I don't know, thoughts and stuff like, oh man, that'd be so fucked up if that would happen. Or,
So I
what
think
would
the
you
answer is
do?
yes.
Yes and no. Because
For you, I know it's yes.
like me, it depends.
But that's why I have social media and groups.
And that's what I was going to say. That's why there's a
Yeah, the
podcast, too.
Because I don't like accept if it's something that I watch with the kids. Every time we watch a movie or a TV show,
Yeah.
we have to discuss it afterwards.
Right.
And the reason why is for me to understand their perception on things, their
Absolutely,
analyze,
yeah.
and I'll give them mine, and we can discuss it from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's intriguing.
I mean,
but
that's-
he's not,
that's-
I don't find.
But it could be the most basic, like we're watching Invincible,
Yeah.
and we have conversations with that too.
Yeah.
Like, do you still like it, not like it? What do you think they should take it from this, and blah, blah, blah. So I have my shows. Like, ideally, I would love to have shows with my kids, everything, but they're starting
Some
to have
shows,
more.
yeah.
Of their
Like
own.
Spider-Man, they don't want nothing to do with it.
Really?
They didn't like the animation. So I was like, I still have to finish it. Dragon Ball, I'm watching it alone. Yes, it's
I got it.
shitty as fuck.
I got to push through it.
Dragon
It's so
Ball.
weird.
Daima.
Daima. It's so weird because I
Is
get
that
from people that
it's
it's
animated?
okay. Some people are like, the gym I go to, one of the guys, like, because I have a Dragon Ball, like, water thing, and, like, he keeps on pressing me, oh, you watching Daima, bro? I'm always like, really? Is it? I'm like, I tried one episode and I couldn't even make it through. You know,
No,
but
it's
he
bullshit.
said it's getting better. I was like,
It doesn't
okay.
get better.
But is this an anime?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay,
It's on
wow.
Netflix. Well, it's on Crunchyroll.
same-
Crunchyroll's 1 week in advance. So they're at episode 18 on Netflix. Crunchyroll, they're at
Man.
episode 19.
How
still
are
love
they
Crunchyroll.
having so many episodes? Because you
It's
know,
20.
no, that's a lot compared to what we get these days when it comes to any type of anime.
Well,
or
you would be
animated show.
surprised. Fire Force is 24 episodes.
Okay.
And then these more dramatic drama
Yeah.
driven are shorter because it's more on storytelling and character development.
Side note, did you
Have you
watch
ever seen
Pantheon?
Blue Eye Samurai?
Yes, I
Yes.
loved it.
I like
he
that.
I
doesn't.
wasn't a
Oh.
big fan.
It was not bad.
It was okay, but it was predictable.
It was predictable.
That's what pissed
I
me
agree.
off. Like, I need
but
to
a lot of
be-
things are predictable, I find.
I think it was predictable. At the same time, I like the dramatic piece
Aspect
to it.
Yes,
of it,
yes,
yeah,
I
yeah.
get that.
Have you watched Pantheon?
No.
No,
I've heard of Pantheon.
I'm into that one
But
right
it's,
now.
it's a mind fuck a bit.
It's a big mind fuck a bit.
I didn't like
yeah.
that.
What's
I
it
tried,
about?
It's a animated, obviously, and like human consciousness being basically living forever, right? But living forever within like technology. So you probably would enjoy it because
Okay.
it answers a lot of questions that we usually ask ourselves, like in terms of if you could live forever, would you? And if you know
Yeah.
your consciousness was uploaded, then it becomes like you belong to the corporation and stuff like that. It's
It was
really
very complex.
very complex.
And this
Season
is
2's out.
animation?
Yeah, it's on, and
What's
the
that?
animation is really well
It's
done.
on
too.
what?
On Netflix.
Okay.
Season 2 just came out.
I have to
Arcane?
finish
Is that
one.
was his name? Arcane? Arcane?
Yeah, he doesn't like Arcane because
I
I don't
liked
like the
it.
art.
Yeah,
Really?
I know.
I thought
That's
it was
one of my
so
favorite
beautiful,
artworks.
Visually beautiful, so different.
and the music, right? That
The
it goes along with
music.
it.
Music was good. The
the
magical world, I'm not a big
storytelling
fan.
I felt was good
The
because
what?
I felt like I couldn't predict.
But you're talking about season 2.
The first season wasn't bad.
But that's the thing.
You preferred
See?
the second season?
No,
I
like
liked-
all the praises come from season 2.
I enjoyed
Really?
both.
But season 1 is very slow. Like I'm
It was slow.
2/3.
It was slow.
But the thing is, me for a show to hit, I have to actually love or get attached to
The
a
character.
characters.
I know.
You can't get attached to any of those characters.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like,
I don't necessarily. Yes, kind of agree.
No, I don't. I was not attached
There's
to
maybe
any.
there's two characters I
I
attached
like
to
the
it.
little dog-looking thing.
Yes,
Dog
the
looking.
professor, the little professor
That
guy.
was the only one I was attached to. I was like, I hope he doesn't die.
I
Just
like
don't die.
Jinx
Jinx
as
of
a character,
course.
just her
Yes.
whole evolution and her art.
I have no idea. I don't
complexity.
remember, to be honest.
That's
with
the,
you.
sis- the
blue
crazy
hair.
sister.
The
Oh,
crazy-
okay,
blue-haired
okay,
one.
okay, okay, yeah,
The
yeah.
complexity.
And the kid with the locks.
I like the guy from the
Oh.
bar, the owner, the bar
He was
owner,
good too.
Yes, of course.
because he has that parent.
That was the father, no? No?
Yeah, he's
And he
their
kinda comes
father.
back.
Father figure, yeah.
Yeah,
But I feel like
Yeah.
I did like him, but yeah.
When they did that, I know.
Yeah. Meh.
but that's why. Again, maybe
Are
I'm
you
becoming-
done the series yet?
Yeah, did you finish it?
No. There's so many other
wow.
things. No, now I'm attacking Fire Force. I'm loving Fire Force.
I don't know.
So where's that
one.
on?
Crunchyroll. There's 2 seasons. Season 3 is coming out. So I just finished season 1. It's 24 episodes, so it was long. But actually, the premise it's based on the manga, of course. Japanese
Subtitles?
animations. No, dub.
Dub? Okay, nice.
Dub. And it's literally that humans on this world, it's somewhat, it's not in the future. It's just like, I don't even know if it's in the future or in the past, but it's just common. People have communications, and there's firemen that are not there for fires, but human combust and become these fire demons,
What?
right? And then,
cool.
but it's associated to church.
Oh.
So they have to bless you so you can go to the heavens.
So the
It's
firemen
That's
are
very
like
interesting.
So they have, like-
churchmen as well. Not
they
churchmen.
have a team. So they have like a nun, and then they have
Yeah, it's like an exorcist squad, basically.
Exactly. It's literally that.
Right?
And the first main character, they call him the demon because he has his like these cutty teeth, and he's always smiling like a demon. But the reason why is because first episode, his brother and his mom die in front of him in the house, and the house went into flames. And he saw a demon coming out of the ashes, and he promised himself he was going to find it and kill it. So the character is this character that has a lot of potential. He has this superpower of taking care of the flame, but it goes to his feet. So he like super runs. The fightings are amazing.
Interesting.
Fighting is amazing. The art is actually very interesting because when the fight comes, there's so much detail. And then when there's talking, it's very fake.
Bland.
Yeah. So I think they did it in purpose for you to not pay attention to the thing, just to the what they're
To
saying.
focus on what's actually being
So
said.
the first season was building up his team and his friends, and they hate each other, but they love each other. Now, who's the enemy? Who's that? And there's like 8 squadrons. They're team 8, and the team 8 is just a hidden team to inspect the other teams because they think that the government is corrupt and they're doing experiences with humans and blah 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 blah.
How does the church aspect come into it?
So it's very biblical in a way.
Well,
I'm
kinda.
not
Yeah.
going to tell you, but there's
Okay.
Okay, I'll
then there's
check
like
that
these what are they called? Not the Masons, the one that dressed in white.
The Cluck Cluck?
They were for the king
You said
in
the Ku-
England.
The Ku Klux
Oh,
Klan.
No, with the red.
No, her. She said the
Yeah,
Klux
yeah,
Klans.
The
the red-
deacons?
No, the Red
Eunuchs?
Cross.
No.
They were called.
Bishops?
No. There was a hidden society. They're the ones even in Da Vinci
Oh,
Code that stole
hidden.
the.
It's not Illuminati.
No.
It's,
Anyway, those guys, because then they got.
but what do they wear?
It's all white with a red cross from like England.
I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
I
about.
know
exactly.
there's a name for this.
Yeah.
They're like these horsemen that used to do the dirty deeds of the king for religious
Yeah, they were like
reasons.
someone affiliated with like the knights and stuff like
Exactly,
that. I
that's
know
it.
exactly.
Oh, the knights,
the
Templars.
Templar Knights.
That's it. Thank you very much. So they're there too, and it's another twist. But anyway, so far so good.
Interesting.
I like,
All right.
but like I said,
This is what we're going to do in our alone time. Take notes.
Yeah.
Fire
but
Force.
it's really, again, it's not for everybody. Don't get me wrong here.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's hard nowadays because there's so much shows.
So much.
I'm super happy Alice in Borderline is coming back. Season 3.
You're the only one that I know that watches that
What is
religiously.
that?
Really?
On what?
That's on Netflix.
Netflix.
If you like Squid Games, it's 20 times better.
Did you like the last season of this?
I didn't even
I
watch
didn't
it.
really
Did you
care
guys
much
watch it?
for it. I was very
didn't
disappointed.
watch
I had to watch it. There were so many fucking spoilers on the
It
social
was
media.
very disappointing.
I don't know any spoilers.
Anyways,
All
the
I know
third
there's a
season
lot
is
of
in the summer.
Huh?
The summer.
But it's not a third. Like
It's
they
a
like
second part, but they say it's a third
yeah,
season.
I don't know why
For views.
they cut it short, and there's
It's
a
just
follow.
So
I
it's
don't
like
know.
5 episodes then?
Something like
8.
that. Was it
Oh,
8?
okay.
8 or 6.
I think it was 6.
I just know there's a lot of Korean pop stars that are in it. From what I understand.
One of them, no? Oh, it might be 2.
I thought like 2 or
chick,
3, but
the
yeah.
chick at the beginning. But yeah, I don't know. It
Did you
didn't have
guys
the
watch
same
the
vibe.
8th show yet?
The what?
The 8th show?
What's the 8th?
What's that?
You have no right. I've told you about that show so many
What's the
times.
eighth
The
show?
8th
Show? Yes.
You sure you've told me, Sin?
1000%.
Sin?
I even did a clip.
Sin.
I'll show you the clip.
Okay.
All right, moving on. Yes.
You remember when you make fun of me all my Korean things?
Yes.
Eighth show.
You see?
That's Korean. The 8th show.
Oh,
Yeah, he loves Korean
Is that the
shows.
working out one? The muscle?
No. That's
is it?
That's the 100th.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's this one?
The 8th show is a regular TV show. 8 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
It will fuck your mind.
It's like a reality.
No. But it's based. So it's
it's not a
actors. It's
reality.
real actors. It's not TV reality at all. It's like Squid Game. So it's 8 people that get approached saying that you guys are broke and you're shit in
Okay,
your
the
life.
same premise. Okay.
So we're inviting you to a TV show, and the only thing we demand of you is your time, and you'll make money out of your time. As much time as you give is the amount of money you're going to receive.
Well, that's the one that you mentioned. You mentioned this before. The
Continue.
one where you were really
Don't look
like
at me.
you weren't surprised that some of them wouldn't take the money, and then some of them they got like
We
X.
did talk about
Yeah.
That's like every show we talk about,
did.
whether it's Beast
did
Games
talk
or
Yeah,
whatever.
whatever.
It's true.
All right,
But-
we're off topic, guys.
this. So
Not really.
So that's what I do. Well, I do. I have
what he
a
does.
lot of alone time.
Yeah.
I realize I spend probably, so I'm up about 16 hours in a day, right?
Yeah.
Give or take, I
What
sleep
time
8
do you wake
hours.
up? Like 6?
Yeah, 6, and I go to bed at 11. So, okay. So I sleep about 7 hours. So I'm up 17 hours, right? Out of 17 hours, I can easily say I spend about 10 hours alone.
That's
Wait, but what about
Interesting.
work? How many hours of work?
Even work, I'm in my office alone.
But you don't talk, interact.
Like I walk in,
calls.
hi, is everybody okay?
But you're a big talker. You always like to do your little
I
phone
do not
calls.
He
talk
doesn't
at
talk
all.
You
at
don't
work.
do phone calls no more? Oh my god.
No, he doesn't talk to people at work.
Not at work.
But
Outside,
no, my car, I'm
Your little
watching
Costco run?
music. That's even worse. I have my headphones
Who are you?
and I'm gone.
Oh
Like
my
I
God.
don't talk. There was one day that I was shocked. It was a Saturday. I didn't have the kids. The first time I spoke was at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Shit, isn't that shocking? Sometimes you're like, "Whoo,
I haven't
That's my
spoken all
voice.
day. Why do I sound like Batman?
have cobwebs in
Like
my
I spent the
throat."
whole day. I woke up, went to the sauna, cleaned the house, watched my TV shows, soccer game.
It's so
And
zen.
like I texted my son saying he has a game, I'll come and pick you up. And then I got to the car, I'm like, shit.
I didn't talk to
I
nobody.
didn't talk to nobody all day.
What?
But I felt amazing because
Yeah.
it made me think of those
Mimes?
those people that go to those what are
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
why am I losing all my words today?
You see, you're alone too
Those
long.
not resorts. What are those?
Resorts? What?
Where
What are you
they-
trying to say?
Those silent
Retreats? A retreat?
Retreats.
Yeah.
Silent retreats. I have a friend of mine that went for a 1-week silent retreat.
How'd that
That's wild.
He found it amazing, difficult the first 2 days, I think. And then after that, it became,
I couldn't do it, I think.
I would easily do it.
Really?
yeah, no
go? I'd
problem.
break.
I'd break too.
I'd break. First day.
After,
Yo, what up,
One
yo?
day?
No, not the first day. No,
you
not
think
the
you would
first
break
day.
after one day?
I
Towards
would
the end,
probably break.
midweek, I think, be like, okay, that's enough.
Okay, I'll give myself more credit.
Because
2
I feel
days.
like once you pass the 48 hours, after that, it's easy breezy.
Yeah, but the thing is,
But
like,
then you're like, okay, enough. I need to hear my voice.
Depends if you feel the benefits or not.
do I
right,
get
if-
music?
Because there's that weird feeling.
You're
you
allowed
get.
music.
Okay,
You
then
can
I'll be
read
all right.
books, music.
If I have music and
If
books,
you're,
I'll be
yeah,
all right.
I guess.
you can watch TV. It's like you just
I
don't.
did a
Just can't
spa
talk to
day
nobody.
all by myself once. I went to Boda Boda all by myself the whole day. I went there at 10 and I left, I think, at 4.
Those are fun.
And I didn't talk to anybody. And it was so amazing.
You went alone?
alone.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? Spas alone
fantastic.
is fun.
It was fantastic.
You've been?
Yeah,
No, I've never tried
yeah,
that.
done it alone.
It's an experience. It's quite
Great.
nice, I have to say.
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
a massage. I had lunch by myself. It
Bring
was
a
a
book.
3-course
You
meal.
do, you chill out.
You guys
brought
did it purposely.
Purposely alone.
It's not because you have no friends.
No,
No.
purposely. I just wanted to
I
get
think
away.
I got some friends. In
was
fact, I avoid my
I didn't
friends.
care to wait for nobody. I went. There was a special. It was during the week. I was off and I went.
Actually, I wanted to book one this week. To be
And
honest,
it was amazing. It was perfect. I was like, wow. It was just a very nice to be kind of like observing everybody, but not interacting. Like I didn't talk to anybody and it was just fantastic.
You've done dinner alone, you
yeah.
guys,
Yeah, I've done dinner.
right?
Plenty of times.
Yeah.
Well, I traveled for work a lot.
But it's not the
so-
same.
Yes. But meaning like without travel, like actually just in the city. Hey, I'm gonna go out.
I don't see the purpose. I'll cook alone then.
No,
like-
I've the purpose is kind of like what she had said, like more being observant. I think I like.
Yeah, I liked
I go
it.
and you
I
just
like
observe.
being observant and watching other people and
Yeah.
other couples.
Yeah, and the
and-
spots
And then they're
another
watching you
story.
and they're like, look
But
at
it's
this
actually
motherfucker.
it is odd that people kind of like are looking at you and not sure of like
Yeah,
what
yeah. I
she
remember I
looks
did it.
like, you know?
I did that on my birthday. I did that on my birthday this year. I went to go eat like it was like dinner. I mean not dinner, sorry, lunch like by myself. And the ironic thing is there was the table right next to me was like 14 people and like 6 of them it was their birthday the
Oh,
same day.
shit.
You know what I mean? So I'm alone.
You don't feel special.
No,
a
but
lot
it was
of
just the
Scorpios.
irony of like I wanted
Yeah.
to spend that moment by myself. Then you had a whole bunch of people same birthday as me, just all together. So I was just like,
Yeah,
that's
look at
interesting.
all that room full of Scorpios.
Yeah.
Chaos.
I needed.
So is there something you wouldn't do alone? Because I feel like I did every except the spa.
I haven't done everything alone.
I
haven't
think I
gone to the
wouldn't
movies
do
alone.
something that
Oh, I do
would
that often.
I would feel not safe alone. I think.
Okay, that's the only factor.
Yeah, the only I'm not.
Would
gonna
you travel alone?
No, I wouldn't feel safe.
I love traveling.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I wouldn't feel safe.
Where the hell are you going?
I don't know. I wouldn't feel
And
safe.
then like a war zone and
I just wouldn't feel safe.
Let's
Were you
just say
going
if you
to the
take a 1
barrios?
week to Cuba, all inclusive, why wouldn't you feel safe?
yeah,
I
nothing
don't
happening
know.
there.
I don't know.
Yeah, full resort. You
See, to me, I don't like that because I'm like that. I would like to be with someone and share the experience.
My first trip down south was alone.
Really?
I brought Harry Potter the second, Secret Chambers, and the third. And-
Oh.
Yeah, those bricks.
Yeah, those were
The original
That was
ones.
the time, man.
Went there. I was supposed to go with friends. Then they were like getting complicated. I was like,
Right.
fuck this shit. So I left. I didn't talk to anybody the first 3 days. And then people were like, oh, like they weren't too sure. You're like, oh, you're here alone. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then like we made a group and it was super fun. I even stayed an extra week.
Interesting.
free.
Wow.
Well, it cost me $100 just to
The
push
flight.
the flight, and I stayed in somebody's room.
Well,
For
look
free.
at you. The adventures of sin.
Yeah, but it's really therapeutic. Like you go to your room, you're alone. Like
Your life is an anime.
I don't know which anime
I
that
don't even know
is.
where that came from, but
R-rated
that was
anime,
funny.
but
Are they? No.
No.
I behaved.
You know when he gets all sheepish, he's like, no.
Yeah, I don't know why he does
But
that
it's
shit.
true.
Like supper, travel, movies, definitely. Because the movies is the most logical
Movies,
one
I've
for me.
never done it. I can't.
I don't like to talk during the movies. So going
Ironically
alone.
speaking, I like
I
looking
don't
at
know if
reactions.
I've ever gone alone to the movies.
Like someone I go to the movies with, I like looking
You
at the
actually
reactions.
pay
with
attention to
some-
people around you.
at the movie theater?
When reactions happen, like when
When they're
something
creepy,
cool happens.
maybe.
Because remember, me, I'm huge. Growing up, it's like a big comic fan, movie like MCU stuff like that. So in the beginning, I loved going in groups.
Yeah, to talk about it afterwards.
No, because during the moment, well, oh shit! Like I went to when I went to see Captain America, it was me, my aunt, her boyfriend, and my brother.
Oh, nice. It's
and,
an event.
Huh?
It's an event.
Well, I mean, not that big of people, but I mean, yeah,
Oh, come on.
whatever.
It's a lot of people.
But like when the leader came on, like you know, like my aunt's boyfriend looks at me, he's like, and I was like, what? You know, in the sense, and there's oh shit, it's the same guy from I didn't.
Okay.
Remember, you knew that. I didn't know that, right?
Yeah,
About
yeah, yeah.
so like these type of things, we kind of like Anyways, black people, we're very expressive whenever it comes to movies. We're gonna hit you. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna
You're gonna
jump.
talk while the movie's playing.
No, it doesn't really happen as much anymore. Like we
Yeah,
don't
that's
talk.
true.
It's more facial expressions.
Yeah.
Like you know
That
what
is
I mean?
true.
Like,
People got better at the movies.
yeah. Before back in the day, we'd be like, "Yo, shut the fuck up! Who are you talking to?" You know, like
And then you just say
Fight.
somebody, the movie's boring. Fuck you.
It's so
Fucking leave.
people took that shit.
It's like
Fuck
people
you.
laughing. Shut up.
Yo, people were angry. People
Oh
were
my God,
angry at the
people were
movie.
just funny and honest.
Oh yeah, I love it though.
But yeah, no,
anymore.
like there's not much I wouldn't.
Do alone?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like I already went to my chalet alone. No,
Isolate yourself.
but it's like
I don't know. I'm a scaredy cat, I guess. I don't like
yeah, but you it's out of fear. It's not necessarily
Yeah.
because you don't want to be alone.
I'm
Yeah.
that one.
Which
Usually,
one?
I don't like that one.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
like being alone. Like
Oh,
even
me,
my
it's
in my
fear.
head and
like,
stuff like
if,
that.
If
But
it
like I've
wasn't
gotten better.
fear,
Oh yeah.
I've gotten a lot better.
me, I guess, yeah, you're right. I think it is that fear. Because if not, I'm like, in my own little bubble.
No, because people are very misconceived when it comes to me. They think I talk a lot and I socialize a lot,
I don't.
but I'm selective.
You
yeah,
are
you know
select-
me.
yeah, you are
I'm very
selective.
selective. If
Very.
I do it, I do it
Right.
extra.
And he does it well.
Yeah. His silence is very loud.
But the rest of the time, and I'm very, I don't know if it's age now, but I'm very into my routine to the T.
Yeah.
I think it's age routine shit.
Yeah. Because like after the pod, I'm headed home. First thing I'm doing is
Yeah.
boiling water,
I'm starting to feel that now.
my tea. Well, feel
like because don't forget, like I think I've said it many times on the pod, like change doesn't bother me. So I was very surprised of my reaction when this happened at work. I was like, what is happening to me? Why am I behaving like this?
Well, that's
It
a
was
different
crazy.
type of change, though.
yeah.
Yeah, but I've always been pretty good at adapting, even like negative changes. I usually pick up, go. This one, it was like, nope,
But-
nope, I don't want to pick this up.
There's a difference. Sometimes, like in terms of change,
Like,
how
you think it was
how
because it was
how
out
it's
of my control?
introduced. How it's introduced usually sometimes.
maybe.
Well, I think how it's introduced matters a lot. You know, when it comes
Could
to
be.
not just work, but just overall, right? Like life and just accepting certain things, how something's presented to you, how you absorb it. Like it all matters, you know. So
True. But you know, I have this facts. I don't know. Is it facts? Because facts keep changing. But anyways, there's an app that I have on my phone, and every day it like tells you something. And one of the things, you know, a lot of us, we say like, oh, as you get older, time flies. But it's actually because we don't have very often new experiences. So when you have new experiences, like when you're young,
slows you
time
down?
is slow.
Like
Like your perception
I would
perceives
have thought
time
the
as slow.
opposite.
I thought so too.
But yeah,
I
so
felt like
as you get
routine kind
older,
of bores
there's less
things
new
and
Slows
slows
experience.
things
down because
down.
when I'm excited, when I'm on something new, time
Yeah.
flies. When I go on vacation and there's so much things
Time
to do,
flies. Yeah.
all of a sudden I wake up, I'm like, shit, 7 days pass quick.
Facts.
When I'm home alone, I feel like, you
It's
know,
forever.
it's for like a whole day was like, holy shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Really?
You
Yeah,
sure
you
your
don't
app
find?
is not like
No,
hacked
because
or
they're
something?
talking about when you're young. Like, you know what I mean?
That's different.
Like when they're talking about versus like when you're young.
Oh, absolutely.
Time seems slow as when you
This
get
is
older.
true.
Because
time
less
goes, but it is what I
surprises you.
said.
Yeah,
time goes
yeah,
by
but-
fast. It's because of the fact that we have less new experiences. That's why. So the more new experiences you have, the slower.
Yeah,
because
it's an
it's life
interesting-
experiences, right? So you're going through new things constantly. So it's like challenges.
Okay.
Yeah,
events.
okay.
Yeah,
so
no.
it seems like life is super
No,
slow.
you see that I get because there's
Yeah, I like that
a lot
breakdown.
of
Like,
things
you've
could
been there, done
surprise me
that.
younger. When I'm older, regardless if it could be different, it's not going to be something completely out of
No,
the
now,
realm of
no.
imagination
That's why
in that
everything is so
sense.
fast because you're like, been there, done that.
But
know
I
what to
do live
expect.
a very extremist life.
extremist.
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
because I go into
Oh, hot and cold, like
yeah,
like,
like 3 weeks ago, if I would tell you my week is so contradictory to my routine of the last year.
Right.
Like a lot of adventures. I said yes. I was like, you know, my old self. Let's bring him out because I'm fighting this
dust them off.
this yeah, exactly
Wake up, buddy.
exactly because I'm trying to prove to myself that I still have it.
I think that's a man.
Is that
thing.
what it is?
I
It's
think
just
that's a
to
man
prove to
thing,
yourself?
especially when we hit like a certain age. We're like, bruh, you trying to tell me I ain't got it no more? I got it, you know. But it's a challenge to yourself. You know what I mean?
But it's again, I feel like it's just a reminder. It's when I go and play basketball, I'm like, I still have it,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And then I'm
I think
like,
it's
But
a
then
man
you're
thing.
sore as fuck.
I think it might be a man thing.
That's what I said. I think it is a man
'Cause
thing.
I'm trying to think as a woman. I think when do we, maybe like compliments? Like, oh, you're
Yeah.
very pretty. Oh, I still
Oh,
got
okay.
it.
You still like that shit.
I
of
guess because we
course.
value that, maybe. I don't know.
Of course you do.
yeah, because you want to be seen still as
Attractive.
attractive, interesting,
Yeah.
Like I love
desired.
compliments. I always say, hey man, I say thank you all the time. I'm gonna take them all as they come because it's just gonna dwindle as you get older.
But the biggest compliment to a man at this point would be to see if he can, if he's still at that peak performance of what he used to be, or
Right.
like quote unquote, you know, in his heyday, right? So it's not necessarily.
Like the admiration, I guess.
no, not from a woman.
No, not the
or
woman. I'm just
anyone.
saying
It's
anybody,
more
like-
like it's from you.
From you, okay.
Because
You know
I
what I mean?
realize there's a distortion between who I think I am and where I'm at now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Elaborate that.
This is the very
Meaning
true.
that I'm turning 46 soon,
shit.
but I still believe I'm in my early 30s. In my
You are.
You gotta zoom in on that one.
You know what? As I
Shit.
get older, I'm like, let's reverse this.
She
You're not
couldn't even.
old,
She couldn't even
Sid.
control shit.
no, it's
Or
not a question.
young.
I'm older than what I was.
Yeah.
Right now, it's not even about injuries or whatever like that. It's just before I used to be more. At first, I thought it was the energy levels that were lower, but now I'm more selective.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's not because I have less energy. It's just because I don't want to waste energy.
Because
I don't
you got
know
less
why.
energy.
You're conserving
you have less
battery saving
energy.
mode. What'd you
No,
say?
it's not because when I go on trips, for example, whatever.
Yeah.
First one up, last one going to bed, full of energy because
Yeah.
I'm stimulated.
Right.
Right now, I'm surrounded by boredom and routine. Like there's absolutely nothing. My most exciting moment is pretty much the podcast. And even that, let's be honest, is not
Yeah.
the most exciting thing out there. Like
We gotta
even that
spice it up.
became a routine because somebody asked
It is
me.
routine.
Somebody asked me 3 weeks ago about, eventually you're gonna stop the pod.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. It's like, does that? I'm like, no, it's not my first project that I end.
Right. Yeah.
I've done many. I had the music. I had other things. My production company. Like everything has a beginning. Everything has an
Yeah.
end.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Now, what's next is very exciting to me. but I have 0 projects coming up. So because of that, I don't need to stop this.
Exactly.
Because they were telling me like how people come and go on the pod and, you know, some
Right.
co-hosts have disappeared or gone. I'm like, but that's the way of life.
I'm not going anywhere.
There was certain doubts.
Ha ha ha. Who?
Well, the watchers, they're like, yo, we haven't seen
Where's
her in a
the
while.
value?
What are you talking about? It's the way you make the videos. You
Yeah.
got tons in the bank.
Okay.
You got tons in the bank. What you
That's
talking
funny.
about?
No, I have none left.
You have none left?
I have one the one of next week.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bailed 2 pods. 2.
Seems more.
It
Yeah, you
seems
see,
like
that's
more.
how
Yeah.
much
How much
you bring
impact.
to this pod.
A little violin.
But it's true. They're fed up of me and him.
They're fed up of.
They're
Really?
like 2 old grumpy men.
No,
I'm
you
grumpy?
guys I find you guys very.
What's wrong with you, man?
No, it hurt.
You're so sensitive.
No, you're not.
Yeah, that hurt a little bit. I was like,
Aw.
shit.
No, I don't get bored of you guys.
No.
But
Nobody
honestly,
said
like
that.
when I don't do the pod, I feel like something's off in the universe. I'm like, something's not right. Oh,
But it's my only time that I really sit down and talk with
Interact
people.
with
I
people,
know.
right?
People.
Well, that and
We
the
are
subsequent
the people.
that and when the pod comes out, that's when you
Yeah.
have actual like interaction.
Right.
You get a lot of people.
I have people. I wouldn't say a lot, but I do get people that
Like I have the same 3 usually.
Okay.
But right now they're so busy.
I'm getting a lot more.
So it's delayed.
Me, it's
Okay.
sporadic. Sporadic.
Really?
Because people sometimes are very shocked. Wow, you're so. What's that word that people always say that I am?
The mirror,
Stoic?
Wow, I'm all those things. That's amazing.
asshole.
No, I said that's the word that you were looking for. I didn't say
No, it's
you
not.
were.
But I can be stoic sometimes.
No, you can't.
Maybe like 5%. Shut up.
And, oh,
5% of the time. Maybe. No, it's another
part of me
one.
is proud of that.
What's when? Oh,
Good
what's
job.
that damn word? When you speak, you're very well. You're very.
Oh wow, you
Like-
talk good. You're not doing it so well right
Eloquent.
now.
I talk good. Eloquent. Yes, that's the
I
word.
think it was contagious the fact that I was losing my
yeah,
words.
bro, I was hurting. It was hurting listening to her just
Oh
now.
my god, it was so painful. But yeah, eloquent.
Eloquent.
Sometimes I'm like,
but you are like when. But
sometimes.
Sin catches some good moments for you. You know?
Yeah, he does.
Me on
But
the
you
other
do.
hand,
You're one of the rare people where
I am.
you
rare.
can start a thought and finish it in one shot.
I know. It's a gift.
Like we respect you to the point we shut up and let you speak.
Yeah.
And then we have
I
this tendency,
appreciate
me
that.
and Jay, that don't want to cut you off, but
that's my. At least I say you just cut people off.
just
that's
say
so
that.
much work, man.
But I gotta give you a heads up. You know.
I know that pisses you off all the time.
For
Well,
sure.
remember, like when we're all the bunch of guys, and then I start talking, and everybody shuts up, and you're like, "What the fuck? When I talk, everybody's cutting me off." But with you, like they
No,
all
but
shut
the
up.
editing process, you don't understand. Last multiverse, just to give you an example, I finished it this morning.
Yeah.
There's a clip that it took 10 minutes
Oh my god.
because people kept on cutting off. And then I
Probably
had
yourself included too, because we are
Guilty as
so,
fuck.
Like we are so bad.
No,
You guys are
multiverse
funny.
is bad.
You guys
They're-
are funny on
I feel the only
multiverse.
person I feel bad for
George.
is usually
George is he seems the quietest one.
he
of the
is.
bunch.
He does. He
But I
lets people
But he
remember-
gets
finish.
bullied.
He does. Oh,
He does,
man.
even by Guy, which I don't know why, but
Guy was at just breakfast.
But Geese for fun though. He
Yeah.
does
talk
it for
about it
fun.
was a running joke forever. Anyways,
Yes.
there was one time when we were in the other room for the podcast, and I came, I arrived, and then you guys were in there, and it was so loud. I thought there was like a fight happening, like literally, like it was echoing.
passionate.
Like
It's
the
passionate.
floor was vibrating. I was
And
like,
we're just
it's-
talking about cartoons and
I'm
movies.
telling you guys.
and it was like, what the hell? 30 minutes like over the time, and I was like, I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but now we have the flexibility because we do it. There's nothing after.
Exactly. So you guys have the
now
opportunity.
We go. The pods are 2 hours and a half easily. And we
Easily.
can go.
I know.
Honestly, the last time the reason why I wanted to cut it is because I was so hungry. I was like, yo, I'm just
That's
being.
a good reason. You
I'm
don't
gonna be
stop.
so
You're like,
snippy.
I got hungry. That's the go.
No, but like I said,
Food
the
is
editing
life.
part is just bugging me because you take a 10 minutes and now I have to put it down to a minute and a half. And there has to be a beginning and there
Yes.
has to be somewhat of a conclusion or a question so I can make it as a question mark. So
But
much
you know, it sucks. Well, not sucks. It's kind of complicated sometimes because people see a lot of clips and they respond based off of the clips
Oh yeah, 100.
without getting the entire context at times. You know what I mean? And like sometimes that's a bit frustrating when you see that. You know, like when you're like, okay, no, guys.
I used to care more.
No, I'm not that I don't.
Not-
no,
not
it's
so
not. I don't
much.
care from that perspective, but more is like it's kind of like more a
because you're a
reflection.
communicator and you're not being understood.
Yeah.
Jesus
That's
Christ,
like
I guess that's what
your
it is,
pet
yeah.
peeve.
But you
there.
see, that's the feeling I got 3 weeks ago.
what
Yes,
happened
I
3
remember,
weeks
yeah,
ago?
the whole podcast with the flat earther,
Oh yes.
right? And
She
the
has
thing,
no name. Flat Earther.
no, Tracy, like I have no beef with nobody.
No,
I have no
doesn't
beef.
My issue is, and again, it has nothing to do with her. What I realized after that pod, because
Right.
if that would have happened 2 years ago,
Yeah.
I would have had a lot more energy
Oh
and
yeah.
a lot
You would have been
more
so
Time,
feisty.
a
I was so
little bit more
surprised.
time to like go at it.
Like I got time
The
today.
energy
type
was
thing.
just the facial expressions for you.
No, but that was while the podcast was going. I'm
he's not
talking about after.
Yeah, he's talking
The
Right.
about
ripple
post.
effects, the misinformation and the miscommunication, and people going on their platform and talking shit, and I have to like, because I'm
But that
everybody.
did not happen this time around.
It did happen.
It did happen.
But I didn't care.
Right.
To the point that I actually called Jason, and I'm like, I think I'm just gonna stop, because there's 2 or 3 other videos that I was supposed to put out.
and you did not.
Because I was like, why would I feed
Why not?
Yeah.
this animal?
Damn.
When I mean the
beast.
animal, I'm not talking
beast.
about
Oh,
her.
you mean the
The
situation
animal
is the
of,
beat. Okay, I was like, damn.
Damn.
You see, if I do the clip now,
It's over.
exactly.
beast.
No, what I mean, the beast
Okay, I
of
understand.
people,
The beast
just
of misinformation and the beast of like,
misinformation and the comments trolls, right? Because they're
Yeah,
going at
a
it and
lot
everything.
of those.
There was a lot.
of those. I think if I was more, I know it's mean to say this, but sometimes I think I bite my tongue a lot.
While or after?
A while after, all the
But
time,
it's
a
the
lot of
after.
times.
While, like I said, while it wasn't what it was. The
Yeah.
pod
Right.
started, it ended, we laughed, we were all cool with
Yeah,
each
yeah.
other.
I think it bothers me more the afterwards. I think
That's it.
because I'm just like, you know what you're signing up for. I think people should
I don't
be
even
more,
think that it's not even that deep.
but people need to be more accountable of the things that they
But
say.
they
if
are.
you believe, you believe.
But they are. But
carry
if
on.
somebody questions them, all of a sudden they're victims.
But they're only victims because they can't prove their point. And if they can't prove their point, then maybe they need to go back to the chalkboard and really question those beliefs. Do you really believe
But
it?
then you have to ask yourself how many people actually do that, right? Because
Not many,
It's
because
fun. It's
after
funny,
that pod.
exactly. Because it's funny enough, like, and I was just thinking about it just based today, not off the pod, but just the state of people today, right? And
Right.
I'm talking about when it comes to relationships, expectations. So
Yep,
relationships
right.
that means friendships, romantic relationships, work relationships, whatever it is you want to call it. The expectations that people have today, and the lack, for me, the lack of communication, a lack of foresight, with each other is what's like killing shit, right?
And
So-
accountability.
pardon me?
Accountability.
Oh, that's
there is none. That's the problem.
accountability is number one for
There's
me.
Because I didn't want to cut you off. I was like, that's amazing, but
beautiful.
No, but it's a
yes.
good ad
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah, the accountability is
Accountability, communication, and foresight, because we have to be able to. We can't. We're in this age where it's like, oh, I'm gonna say what I gotta say. I don't give a fuck. You know what I
all.
mean?
But no, that's
Like,
not how it rolls.
why? No, we live in the world with other people. We have to be accountable for our words and our actions. We can't just say
Right.
something and just be like, I don't give a fuck. And then that means that what you just said applies to everything.
I think that's one of the reasons why I sometimes just
Isolate?
refrain myself from
No.
because I know where this will go.
And that's the
And
problem,
I
right?
don't want to put myself through that frustration and it's just annoying. It's just annoying.
I
just hate it.
understand not wanting to go through frustration, but I just want I'm looking for that other seismic shift now, because right now we're in that phase.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how long can we remain in that phase? Like, I'm talking about, even when you look at these videos of like what women expect from men, right? For example,
Right.
oh, he has to do this, pay this, pay
Mm-hmm,
that, blah, blah. Like, when did we get here? You know what I mean? We used to be people who actually, and even if that was happening, right? It was never something that was like, oh, you better do that or you ain't getting any of this. It was just done naturally. A man was providing naturally, taking care of taking care of his family or whatever, everything.
Right.
It just came
Right.
from a natural space, right? But now it's like everything is so forced.
Because everybody's perpetually defensive.
Yes,
It's
because they're all riding the
exhausting.
same fucking waves.
There's no openness.
I would have agreed with you 100%
Okay.
until.
And you're allowed, by the way.
No. What I mean by that, it's actually not true. And
What's not true?
Which part?
What he just said, it's nothing new. And I'll prove it to you. It's
But I never said new.
wait. But it's not. It was as big, but because of social media,
Well, yes.
it's constantly being repeated. Because I was watching Raw because of the editing we spoke about
Yeah,
last
yeah.
week.
I mean, you always got to go back to that.
You
every
remember
couple
when
years.
in Raw he was saying, "What have you done for
For
me
me lately, Eddie.
And he's like, when you bring that your African women, don't make her mingle with American women.
Because then they're going to take on that.
Yeah, you should tell him to do this and do that and do that. So it was actually, that came out in the 80s.
That's true.
And that was music. He was talking about Janet Jackson, Diana Ross, and everything. The only difference was the only time you could actually get those vibes is in person or through music, but that you had to watch MTV or the radio. Now you have social media. Everybody has a fucking podcast. Everybody has, it's not even podcasts anymore. They have just a camera.
Yeah, and
They have their living room and they talk to each other and act like they're on a podcast, but it's just them. That's why everything's so perfectly edited. Nobody cuts them off. There's no feedback. There's no, I don't agree or
It's
agree.
not a conversation.
Exactly. It's a conversation with self, right? They have a script or they have an idea. They press
It's like
record.
those like influencers, right? When they
exactly.
post
But
their
it's
videos
like
and
they're
stuff.
so self-righteous.
But women now created this again, women, men too, and different groups and
No,
communities have always been there. But now they found, before, for you to find other people the same interests, they had to be at your school, wherever you did sports,
Now it's...
or at home. Now you can go and be here and find somebody from Timbuktu, and you become buddies, right? And then you create a society, and then it's people that love that or hate that or believe in that or believe in this. And then it just grows.
Right.
And then you justify and believe that it must be true because I'm not the only one believing it. So now all of a sudden, my delusion is confirmed by others, so it must be true.
Yeah, delusions of grandeur.
Yeah.
And if you don't agree, you're a
Something's wrong
sheep.
with you. Yeah.
But everybody, all of a sudden, people have to realize we're all sheep.
Yep, that's it.
We're all following
Something.
That's the reality.
Unless you have an original thought out there, which I'm sorry to say.
Does that still exist?
It doesn't exist
Well,
anymore.
no, it's forced down
you're
people's
following
throats,
something.
and it's like that's an original thought. Wow.
Because if you open now TikTok or Instagram or whatever,
Right.
it's Democrats versus Republicans.
still there.
Immigration,
Yep.
tariffs, men are shit, the LGBTQ being erased, vegan or not
Women
vegan.
are being eradicated.
Well, exactly. The white man is the victim now. Racism, cop, whatever. Like, it's bombarded nonstop.
Yeah.
And if you do the mistake of watching a video more than 30 seconds,
It's on your feed.
that app is gonna feed it to you more.
Oh, that's
true.
what happened.
More. It's
so
gluttony
true.
on social media.
It's gluttony.
Gluttony, yeah, social media gluttony.
It's literally that.
Yeah, it's
so
true.
if you take the 7 deadly sins and you put them in social media, it's literally what the app does.
Everything, yep.
We're
So it
we're
feeds
on
it to,
that.
like, if you're curious just to find out, is this true? Oh, Lord have mercy. Depending on how you ask the question, it's gonna feed
That's
you.
a rabbit hole.
I just asked, is the earth flat? My feed on TikTok for a week,
Yeah.
flat earthers. I'm like, I got it. Like, I understand.
Yeah.
Right.
Move on.
Right.
And then it never ends. If you watch UFC on TikTok,
Yes.
it's the only thing you're gonna be getting.
true.
Now it's chess, my big passion, and I went back to chess.
Nice. Oh my God, my boyfriend. That's all he plays on this damn app. You should get that app. You can play against tons of people all across the world.
Chess.com.
Is that it?
Yes.
You have the app?
Of course I do.
Oh my God, you should add them. Kick each other's butts.
I'll add him. But it's just nonstop. And then you have to navigate through this because I have kids. And I'm like, how do they, like, I trust them, right? At the end of the day, they
Right.
have to confront society. But we didn't have to do it to this level at that
No.
age.
Yeah.
When I was
It's quite
16, 15,
terrifying.
we were worried of just white vans. That's as far as we want.
Not
were,
me, bro.
I think
Candy.
my biggest
Can my friend come too?
Like today, if you see a truck with candy, like, you want to give me diabetes?
I don't know. I find some of them are very impressionable, and maybe not in the
Some of who? Sorry.
like. I find society is a lot more impressionable. I know it sounds strange because I think as a
bit
society
odd,
we've
'cause
always
they're a
been
little bit more
impressionable to
cynical as well.
a certain extent. But I find now, I just find it's a lot more easy to
what?
convince people of things.
But
what kind of things are we talking
Yeah,
about?
because I was gonna say if that
anything
were
that
true,
carries, I
Sedalia.
guess.
But what
Hold on.
carries?
I'm trying to give an example. I just feel like people are just so easily convinced of things if you give them like a little 30-second video.
Well,
of-
no. Here's the thing, because the problem with that is the same people who were convinced, so easily convinced, like people pick and choose what they want to be convinced by. It's not that they're
Yes.
easily convinced. It's that they
Yes.
go with that pattern of that,
because they can
that
relate
ride
to
along.
But
Sorry?
because they can relate to it.
Yeah.
Like
I
if they
think what
have
concerns
doubts,
me is the lack of just doubt or skepticism and just asking questions.
But that's the craziest part.
I don't find that that's something that
What?
people do.
The whole argument a couple weeks ago that
They
were
actually
happening in
do.
the feds was based off of the fact that, that side of folk who believe in flat earth and stuff like that were literally calling people who believe in science like you don't do research, you're not questioning things. So that's what I mean. Like that's why I have such a hard time, not to say I don't agree with you, but seeing that perspective because
but they do research, those people. But they just
Yeah.
go to these specific libraries,
I
to these
know.
specific documentaries.
Yeah.
Because the thing is now, because before it was really hard to get to conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
did not have proof, but now
Right.
everybody can
Find,
create proof,
fabricate, yeah.
fabricate proof, especially with AI and everything, and all this like this big wave of misinformation
yeah,
on everything.
It's
huh?
quite terrifying.
Started really
with Trump.
COVID. COVID came about
Trump.
and the government messed up. And then they're like, wait 1 second. If the government lied here,
That means they lied.
everything is
But
a
like,
lie.
meanwhile, like I'm just sorry to say.
That's
Well,
true.
now
It
I'm not
kinda
even sorry to say.
detonated.
Like black people were like, the government been lying all this time. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
This
but
is not a shock
like,
to us.
nothing is shocking. Like,
No,
yeah,
it
it's
wasn't
pharma
shocking.
company, money, and everything. But then they're like, oh, the moon landing. And I'm like, cool, I got no problem with that. That
Oh,
could
yeah,
be
that's-
wrong. That could be a lie. I have no problem with that. But it's not because that is a lie that,
That
all of a
means
sudden
everything is a lie. I
But
know.
this is where
science is thrown out
But
the
this is what
Agreed.
bothers me. It's like what sometimes I ask. I know it sounds like a silly question, but like my brother, sometimes they have these conspiracies and they get.
Well,
into
your brother
these-
is a flat earther.
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah.
And then I have another one that also has his own conspiracy theories, and sometimes I would just ask the question, "But what does that change in your life?"
But it's okay for him
And they
to
would
have.
be like, they wouldn't know how to respond to
What
that.
kind of conspiracies are we talking about here? I
Oh,
really
it could
love
be
conspiracies.
anything like like government.
but that's okay for him to have those.
That's how you get changed.
No, but when
at
I
one
ask
point.
the question, what does this, knowing this, what does it alter in your life? Like in your life?
But what's your
day-to-day
what
Well,
life?
but you have to be
what do you
careful now.
expect like as
Like
an
what-
answer?
Just to
But
turn
like,
over.
What would be an
why
answer
do
that would-
people,
yeah.
Why do people like just waste so much energy and time into this? And I'm not just it's like
Yeah.
they're like angry. They're physically
I
like
know
but
a lot of
so-
people are
but
angry.
Listen,
Sadal, you
it's
have to be careful now.
exhausting.
Yeah, but you have to be careful here.
careful
so
of.
the fact that you're saying,
What
there-
does this-
Yeah,
yeah.
there could be a lot of repercussions if we start believing things blindly.
Everything, yeah.
and then we see even if it's
But
a
that's
lie.
what I feel. That's what they're doing. They're just
Well,
believing
no,
anything
but
blindly.
what
And I'm
we're
like,
trying
what
to
does
say
that
is the
change?
opposite applies as well.
Yeah.
Because you also do. I do agree. Some people they go really far out with it.
But this is
But-
when it goes
but-
far out.
But
No, you don't.
No, you
Oh,
don't though.
There's
No,
a
you don't.
sense.
No,
I
you
get the
don't.
feeling
People
like,
would
whoa.
honestly-
Do you realize that before we thought the Earth was flat, the guy that said no, the Earth is round got killed.
got killed.
Yes.
Right?
I
no,
get
but now
that.
because now it's 100,000 years later, we're like,
Right.
yeah, duh, right? But these people that were saying, burning bush told me these things, right? They were like, this
was
must
believed
be a
right away.
miracle. Now
Yeah.
we're
Yes.
like, Again, we
for
evolve.
Sure, for
also,
sure.
also, you have to also think the reason why, and this is why I do like to kind of correlate the Black experience a lot for certain things because it's important. Because a lot of times, if we're talking about like zoning and stuff like that, when they say, "Oh, how come so much Black people are like they're in the hood?" The
It's all in
ghettos."
your head.
Yeah, it's all in your head. None of these things existed until you push, and then it is discovered
Right.
that there were zones that were created specifically
Right.
to keep
So
folk
if
in
you
certain
just followed
areas.
whatever they
So
told you-
some
No, I know what you're saying, but I'm just saying, like what you were referring to the fact that we know the facts of like these things, right?
not all.
no.
I'm not talking about government stuff, but things that are more
More
like
what?
in science, more like, like especially when it comes to health stuff. Like I'm very open to many things, but sometimes people come up with these lucrative things. And I'm just
But can
like,
I say something about health stuff too?
Yeah.
You also have to understand that the health industry, it's a
Oh, yeah,
business.
yeah,
And just to
100.
say at the same time,
100.
a lot of, no, but I'm just saying a lot of stuff that people they can find healing and stuff like that through are derivatives from nature, right?
100%.
So it's not crazy to say that, some people like kind of like, for example, you have like the Dr. Sebi theory, right? In terms of, Dr. Sebi, have you heard of him?
I've heard of him, yeah.
Yeah. So Dr. Sebi basically he's from Honduras. always claimed to have found like a cure for like cancer, right?
Oh, right.
One of his rationale is because he always dealt with like inflammation in the body and the elimination of like sugars and stuff like that, right? And he was always, they brought him to court basically to say, you know, like they were trying to
shut him up.
to shut him up and discredit him, but they never could have,
Nope.
you know? But the thing that he was focusing on was basically, you know, like super clean eating, you know, sea moss, like things that had superfoods and all these different stuff, which wasn't wrong. But unfortunately, a lot of conspiracy theorists have adopted his teachings and they kind of made it.
To everything.
Yes.
Because
Right.
the thing is,
But
in
that's
this,
what I
But
do believe in
unfortunately,
lots
it
of
takes
natural
away all
in
of
this
the good,
case, but
you
in
know.
this case too, both could be right.
100
Like
natural.
you can
100.
create a chemical in a lab
Yes.
that does the same
A
thing as nature
synthetic.
and vice versa.
Absolutely.
Majority of medication is derived from plants.
Yes.
Yeah,
On some level.
Yeah.
Like
Some level, yeah.
I believe in natural methods in this, but I'm saying there are certain people that will take certain things
And run with it.
and run with it with
Yeah,
this
100%.
great amount of misinformation, and it can literally harm people.
But that's,
100%.
But that's what happened during COVID. Because of the COVID vaccine, all of
yeah.
a sudden they started questioning
All vaccines.
all vaccines.
100%.
And I'm like,
that.
now that makes just no sense.
Right.
Right? If you have a car accident once, it doesn't mean all cars are bad. Like if you get a bad
Yeah.
phone or bad whatever, that doesn't mean everything prior to
Everything's
that
a
is-
lemon. I agree.
right? Or now your phone listens to you. Not all other phones
No,
used
no.
to, and vice versa.
But it does listen.
But that's why. But
They
the
do
thing
be
is,
listening.
They do.
But the thing is, they it's not hidden.
No.
anymore,
It tells you that they're listening.
anymore,
Yeah, I guess.
until somebody noticed a pattern, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, but we're doing it because of this and that."
Cookies, baby.
Because they say there's no smoke without fire. The problem is they think everything's burning. So they're like, there must
That's
be
it.
something there. The government.
They see smoke everywhere.
Yeah, but I'm like, the government at the end of the day, yes, he's a pimp, a hustler,
For real, baby.
a thief and everything, but he needs us to
To
remain
still
there.
be alive, to still be
Yep.
around.
And money talks. As much as you can say whatever you want,
it
you can't
does.
just wake up. Trump can do whatever he wants.
Trump wants to sign what is it? $5 million for you to become a
for the
U.S.
gold-
citizen.
The gold
$5
green
The
card.
gold
Yeah.
green card, yes.
The gold green card. But I don't see no problem with that.
Oh, I don't have a problem with it per se, but it's just funny. I just find it funny. That's all.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
he's a funny guy.
him, the thing is, he's okay. It's only been a month that he's in office, right?
And he's done
Fucking
so
crazy,
much.
bro. It's
1
been like
month.
it's
Just
been
1
it
month.
felt like 5 years already.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
4.
the American citizens are eventually going to be like, I want to see the results. Like, he can talk all you want.
Yep. They got to
Now,
see
the
it.
prices are going up and everything. If
Yep.
people are not getting more money, if life is going to be more expensive,
Yep.
there's going to be a recession.
Yep.
People are going to flip sides very quickly.
Oh,
Oh, for sure. But by that time,
100.
damage is already done.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's in the American experience.
He's already got what he
Tariffs,
needed.
being instated March 4th.
Next Wednesday.
Who's that? Sorry.
My
tariffs.
birthday.
Yes.
Next Wednesday.
See, my birthday.
Until he changes again, and yes,
Yeah, you know him.
he can do whatever. and-
Yep. He gets away with murder.
Yep.
But now it's
Probably
just there. It's a game of chicken in the world.
It
The only
is.
people that are eating and happy and good are the Chinese and the Russians right now, because it doesn't affect them in any way or form, directly or indirectly.
Right.
Everybody's getting what they want, and Trump is trying to make his stamp and whatever.
Is Trudeau doing like a counterfeit of the tariffs? Or
Yes, but
I
him,
didn't-
he's stuck between a hard place
And a rock.
and a rock because his timing for saying that he was leaving, as much as he did.
It was
the
bad
long-
timing, no?
Bad time. Well,
Yeah.
the American government is saying, okay, he's.
But maybe
already
that's why
leaving.
they're doing this too, right? Because they're taking advantage of it. Like,
Could
But it's
be.
gonna backfire because they don't want the conservative to take the power.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because he's another Trump.
He has a big
So
mouth.
Trump versus
he's
Trump.
a smarter version.
Yeah, no, I
He
get
definitely-
that.
And
but
is smart with his mouth.
He's very smart with his
do you mean?
words. He knows when to
That
apply
guy, was he a lawyer?
pressure.
press.
Was he a lawyer?
I don't know. I don't know much about him, to be completely honest.
Honestly, no, but I
flipping
want
word.
him
Me
because
too.
he's going to be the one that I would trust sitting down on the table negotiating. with
Because
Trump.
he ain't
talk-
he definitely he's
He definitely has.
He ain't
the
no
attitude.
punk.
Oh no, he'll punk you.
yeah,
no,
yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. So Trump doesn't want him. So now he's abusing
Of course,
of Trudeau because he knows he's already out.
he's a little puppet.
They already found that the next person that's taking his spot is a banker.
Oh, they went with that person?
I think so, from what I understood. So now Trump is like, now that the government is in doubt, let me just.
That's the one I
It's the
apply
perfect
pressure.
topic. He's a smart businessman. You can't.
I wouldn't say he's a
hold-
smart businessman.
Well,
He's
he's
just
not stupid.
He's not smart. He's just well surrounded and he's well connected.
Well,
I wouldn't
yeah,
say
he
he's
did-
smart
he did-
because, like, well, then again, maybe he is smart because he's filed for
I
so
mean,
many
he's still-
bankruptcies,
he's
and at the
still
same time,
maintained, you know.
he's still a billionaire. So
I,
who
I
am
don't
I?
know, I don't know if he's dumb or smart, but the results are always looking smart. So
There, that's all you want.
For
he-
some,
as much people criticize him his first term, he's still back
Exactly.
with a majority.
Exactly.
and
right?
still
But we know
doing
why.
shit.
We know why.
Yeah, no, but again, regardless,
This
he
conspiracy.
he
It's
was
not a conspiracy. It's flat out.
Is it? Maybe it is.
No, the reason he's
You don't
back is
know?
because a lot of white
got
men
facts?
are he appealed to them, and then he appealed to a lot of the white voters in general. Let's be honest, right?
there's a lot of black.
not a
voters.
lot. There are black. They're
Yeah,
not
the
a
majority.
lot. Let's be honest. The majority were white men, white women, Hispanics. Let's be honest. With
Oh
who-
yeah,
who's
yeah,
voted.
Hispanics. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
People say a lot of black vote because it comes back to those whole conspiracy thing again. There's a few of them who are talking loudly, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the majority of black people actually voted for this asshole. Sorry.
But regardless-
Asshole.
The majority of Americans voted for this asshole.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So-
but Americans are still comprised of a lot of white people, man, just to break it down.
Again, I agree, but because when he lost,
Yes.
it was still those same people voting.
Yes, but back then he hadn't tapped into the full base. He tapped into the full base
So why didn't the others do that same thing?
because they can't.
But that's
Because
where his
remember,
smartness
that's one
comes
thing.
into play.
But hold on, Trump is an anomaly. He is not. You cannot replicate him. You have seen other Republicans who call them dangerous, who try to replicate his same. You have DeSantis. You had so many. You had like a few others that
Yeah.
tried to copy paste his formula. It did not work. That's what I'm saying. He is an anomaly. I don't think he'll ever
he's
be
not that-
replicated. It'll ever happen again with it like him.
Well,
No.
he's not an anomaly for two reasons.
I'm
I feel
I'm
like
listening.
he's a modern version of Ronald Reagan. And I'll tell you
Really?
why.
Explain why.
Yes.
Exactly. I was gonna say. I need to
So
understand.
Ronald Reagan?
Yeah, Ronald Reagan was an actor. So
Yeah,
he was already part
but
of
Ronald
pop-
Reagan was loved.
But
Yeah,
he,
yeah, but wait,
he
wait,
was
wait.
diplomatic. He was.
He had,
Oh.
but he did have
no,
tact.
he had.
Yeah,
Yeah,
lots of
but
tact.
okay, so guys, before we go to the, you have to understand
Yeah.
at what moment he arrived, and what was there before him,
Okay.
and where he took the country. So now Ronald Reagan, I'm not saying good or bad president,
Mm-hmm.
the same way as Arnold when he became governor, right?
The governor.
There's these types of government faces are pop culture ish.
100%.
Donald Trump was in Home Alone, was in all these things. He was in hip hop
Can I
rap.
be honest? I never looked at Donald Trump as
Pop culture.
yeah,
Like a
like
celebrity?
me. No,
The
You
Apprentice.
never saw him as a
I
celebrity?
never watched The Apprentice.
Oh, he,
No, I
he is
watched
a
it
celeb.
religiously.
Yeah,
I didn't
me
watch
too.
The Apprentice. I forgot
I
he was
did.
in
Like,
Home Alone.
I wouldn't be surprised that Kim Kardashian will become
But you
governor
wanna know my-
in about 50
But
years.
I think that is
That's not
the
crazy, though.
States.
But that's what I'm saying.
But
No,
the
but
States
like
is known
meaning
for that.
But I'm
Exactly.
just
They like
saying,
that.
for him, I always had one because of how I was introduced to him, meaning like of all the crooked shit that he did. Like I always knew him as a really shrewd businessman. That's all I knew. I didn't know anything
Interesting.
else in terms
Okay.
of like, like I heard about The Apprentice. I never watched it, so I didn't get to see him in that sense. But I knew he was a shrewd businessman
Yeah.
and he was a fucking asshole. That's
Yeah.
all I knew.
So that's all you knew about
That's
him.
all I knew about Donald
Okay.
Trump, and he was mega rich. That's it, obviously, but I never looked at him as
Miss
a celebrity.
USA pageant.
Yeah,
all-
Oh, see, I didn't even know that
He's the owner of it.
He's the owner.
he owns Miss USA.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. So you're missing a lot of information. That's why a lot of people.
But I'm openly saying it.
Yeah, no, I get that.
The States is like the popular kids that just
That
want to
win, right?
continue being popular.
Yeah.
But he was a rich, chilling with pop culture.
Yeah.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, he was in a lot of movies.
He was a lot of
made-
I know
movies,
they
a lot of
mentioned him.
cameos.
I know. I heard
Cameos.
about those things.
People rapped a lot
but
about
I'm
him.
just saying he never resonated to me as someone like that.
Fair enough.
That's all I'm saying. Maybe
But-
it's because I'm
because
here.
I could guarantee you
Mm.
when there was the whole thing about Trump
Yeah.
and Obama and everything,
Yeah.
Obama's part of pop culture, right?
Now he is. He
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
before.
he was-
the
but now
second
he
year
is.
he was the second
they
term.
made
No,
him-
but that's what I meant.
That's-
I meant like after becoming second term.
Because
like,
But that's
if
what
you-
happens to
even George Bush Jr.
he is.
Of
part of
course.
pop
He
culture
is.
because he was the hated child that became president. His father didn't want.
But that's
Oh,
the
his father
States.
didn't like him?
No, he was the loser of the family.
Oh, I didn't
It
know
was
this.
supposed to be his
Yeah, he
brother
was-
Jeb.
that was in Florida.
He was a bit of a dum-dum.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
Jeb?
Jeb is the Florida guy.
Yeah, a little
That's
slow.
it. So he was like he wasn't good at school. Like he didn't go through the.
Oh yeah.
See, I didn't know
Regular
all that
thing.
about
Yeah,
Joe.
yeah,
And when he came, they're like, "Oh, he's an idiot."
He is.
And then he did
I
what
mean,
he
he
did.
didn't seem smart, but he
Two
is.
terms.
Oh, he
He's
wasn't
all right.
smart, he wasn't
2
smart.
terms.
But I like the guy.
Well,
Meaning like
Iraq
now.
is
Post presidency.
Oh, okay.
He's very endearing for some
yeah,
reason.
yeah.
He is endearing.
Yeah.
He is endearing when
No.
he talks and
Yeah, and he seems like a very genuine person
He
for some
is.
weird
Now-
reason. That's what I meant.
Now-
I
But
was too young when it was
little-
happening. I
Now
didn't
he
pay
got
attention.
humbled because of the whole Iraq thing, the Michael Moore's documentaries. You know, there was
Oh
this
shit,
whole
Michael Moore.
yeah.
I remember this
Because
guy.
while he was president, it was the original Donald Trump talking shit every day about him. But there wasn't Twitter. There wasn't.
But when he was speaking, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Social media now. So Donald Trump is literally the evolution, I believe, from Reagan to Bush to him.
Still think he's an anomaly just because of the fact that I'm not. I understand what you're
Yeah.
saying. There was a
he just
formula.
gets away with a lot of shit.
Sorry.
Because he can.
But that's what I mean. He
But
gets
George
away
Bush
with
did
a
the
lot
same
of
thing.
shit that-
Reagan did the same thing.
but not to that
He
extent.
followed
I
not to
find.
the extent that Donald Trump. He definitely pushes the limit to see how far he can go.
because he knows he can in this society.
Not
I
only
think.
that, social media is his best, worst enemy.
True, because he's going to be talked about. Period.
Period. Like he's been in office for 5 weeks.
Bro, it feels like
Every day
forever.
there is something.
This guy, man.
Every day he's a
busy
TV
buddy.
reality.
How old
He
is he?
thinks he's 80.
He's the
80.
he's the oldest president right now.
Oh my
So
goodness.
oldest
What?
No,
sitting
no.
president.
Is he
Joe
gonna make
Biden.
it through?
No,
this?
now, well, he's
Joe
older than
Biden's
Biden.
2
no?
years older than him. No, so yeah.
Oh, I thought they were
when
the
he's
same
gonna
age.
finish,
Isn't he
probably.
76?
Yes, that's what I
So
was
he's
getting.
76, 77?
See, he has to be
No.
78. No, I
Really?
think he's 80. And I think so,
I
but
don't
he's
think
close.
he's 80.
Oh, no. You would be surprised.
No.
What do you
Because
mean?
My
What's wrong?
grandma was born in 1945. He's not born in 1945.
How do you?
No, I don't
He's
think.
78 to 80. I'm pretty much sure.
Maybe 47, 46.
I'm waiting for the fact check.
Checking.
But
78.
78.
Yeah, so yeah, 47.
So he's gonna finish at
1947.
at 82.
Because I remembered, because like I was like, I remember I was like, no, he's not the same age as my grandmother.
But you imagine he's president.
But imagine, yeah, that's wild.
He'll finish. He'll be the oldest president.
That's insane.
When he
But
finishes.
he's still sharp though.
He is
Not like
well.
Yeah,
It's
but you have
not-
to give him credit.
He's sharp.
Like this guy's, he has.
No, I
fucking-
give him no credit. Fuck Donald Trump. It's still fuck Donald Trump
Yeah,
all day.
fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But
But
why?
he's sharp.
But why? Okay, so
Why for me?
no,
Okay, I'm gonna say as a
because
black man.
this question is gonna have so many layers. Because we can talk about all the other government
I
figures
love
of the
layered
world.
cakes, so let's go.
Trudeau, we can-
Tiramisu that bitch.
We can talk about Macron, Putin, Zelensky,
Oh,
all these
shit.
people now.
Him and Zelensky are beefing right now too.
Well,
Well,
Zelensky,
but not
Zelensky's
beefing.
beefing with Trump. Trump doesn't give a flying
I don't know.
fuck
You
about
said
him.
Putin, and I was like, ooh, I'm
Yeah,
hungry.
yeah. He's like, Putin can keep the land.
I want Putin.
And then he's like, Zelensky, if you want the war to end, you have to quit.
Damn.
I know. Oof.
These ultimatums.
Yeah.
It's so much
But
drama. They should have a reality show of all of the.
he is the
It is. We're
result.
watching it right now live.
But he is the result
the
of
inside
people been
scoop.
asking since the 80s, what if the president goes rogue?
Oh,
And that's pretty much
This is
it.
very true.
this is it.
They didn't even make a movie about this yet.
Like this is
What do you
it.
mean? Just turn on TV.
I know they should though,
That's
but at
fucked
this
up.
point,
And everybody, depending on what news outlet, because now that's the big difference too, depending on which news
how
outlets.
it's being portrayed.
How it's being
the
portrayed.
perspective is so different. Oh my.
But that's
No,
something
but
that-
even on Fox now, sometimes they're like, like they ask some,
the fuck
they're
this
really
guy
like
saying?
like confused as to, oh shit, how does he get away with this type shit?
But he'll get away with it if it works.
if it works, yes,
Because a lot of people now are really worried about the whole Elon Musk.
yeah, but when it doesn't work, he just
And
brushes
Elon
it off.
Musk.
Brushes
it was his fault. Fired.
under-
That's it. That's what
yeah,
he does. That's
yeah.
what literally
So
he
what?
does.
Elon Musk is the actual president.
Elon
I
Musk
believe-
is. I said it to you guys
He's
though.
running the shots.
I said it.
No, I don't know if he's running the shots.
He-
Maybe
he's
he put
running
a
it.
chip in Trump's
I
brain.
feel yeah, that would be
Don't
neural.
do that.
Conspiracy.
Oh no,
Neural
not
link.
that. Yeah. They're gonna, oh fuck. So now
Neural
you're,
link.
Hop on board, peeps.
you're gonna have like 1,000 new followers. You see, she gets us.
No. I feel
If it
like
gives me money, if it gets me money, sure, I'll believe whatever you want me to believe.
I
Maybe.
feel like Elon Musk is playing on two boards right now.
Right?
Yeah.
Trump is playing on one, and he thinks he's smarter than Elon Musk, and that's the only difference.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if he's like, because Trump is
They
too
have equal
ego driven.
smugness.
Ego.
He's too ego
But they're
driven.
both very smug. they're like head to head on the
Yeah,
smugness.
but one is smug who has,
Who's young.
he's
And
not
Trump
that
is
young.
better
smart.
in front of the camera than Elon Musk, and that's hard to
Oh, but
believe.
he has Asperger's.
Yeah. You see that
Is
that
it-
card?
is
that
it
card.
fact?
That card comes
100%
out
has
only when
Asperger's.
it's
I was
actually
gonna say,
good for him.
is it a fact? Is it factual?
It's just the way he behaves.
No, he could just be a
It's just,
weirdo.
no, it's on the spectrum.
Didn't he just have another kid?
Yeah.
Yeah?
1,500 kids.
15 or 14.
15,
That's a
15,
lot of
15.
kids,
I like that.
man. Same woman?
No. Yet the Republicans are all about family values and shit.
But he's not Republican.
Maybe it's an android that's
Well, I mean,
carrying
he's
the baby.
associated
Elon
with the
Musk has
Republic.
never been
So
Republican.
what is he?
He was Democrat. But Donald Trump was Democrat too.
Yeah, but we know this. We
Yeah.
already-
Bezos,
but he's not anymore.
Zuckerberg's, all these billionaires were
Bro.
all Democrats because the Democrats were feeding the rich. Now, Donald Trump is like, hey, if you guys come with me,
Yo, he got them all to do the ultimate flip.
Yep.
Flip and fuck you.
but I don't know if it was the ultimate
It's the
flip.
ultimate
He's
flip fuck
flipping
you.
pancakes,
I
man.
don't know. Because all those people are billionaires. You know what billionaire means? Billionaire, they have like
Yeah, lots
100
more
billion.
money.
When Bezos decides, he can fucking literally buy a country somewhere in South America, Asia, or in Africa right now.
Yes.
Literally. He does not need.
They can also collectively, if they were taxed accordingly and without getting fucking, tax credits or whatever it is that they get, they could also because all the money that, the Doge
Mm-hmm.
is cutting, that's like basically peanuts, at this point.
Pocket
If they
change.
taxed them accordingly, they would be saving most of their money there.
But why
no,
would you
man.
tax people that are making more money?
Oh, geez, I don't know.
What's the logic here?
No, I'm just saying at this point. Well,
off
they're
some-
not. Well,
some
hold on. Oh,
debts.
okay. Hold on.
Needs to drink
There's
water.
there's a difference between being taxed accordingly and not being taxed at all. These guys are not taxed.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you mean you're telling? You're
that's
sitting
not a
here
them
telling
problem.
me. No, I understand
that's
that,
an
but you're
accounting
asking. But
and
you're
a
asking
system
me the
problem.
logic of that.
No, what I mean by that is because if you go and see on paper, these people have no salaries.
Yes, of
I know.
course.
Okay. So those loopholes that they found are fair game. Because everybody that could do it would do it.
Regardless,
Wait.
everyone cannot do it
No,
because
because they don't have those good accountants, first.
Well,
Second of all. No, but
duh.
it's true. But it's true. Because it's like comparing athletes. Oh, he's better than him because he has 20 million
But
coaches.
why isn't the athlete taxed? Why are athletes are taxed
Yes.
as well, right?
Yes,
so
for
if you're
sure.
talking about athletes,
No, but I was
why
talking about
is
the
it-
cheat code. Meaning that if I have the finances.
But if
to-
you're using labor, that's from with whatever, it's like
The company's being
the
taxed.
company.
But you're laughing. But those loopholes that were created is a government thing to fix. Instead of just saying.
Yes, and that's the point. The government will not fix it because they keep giving them those
money?
breaks.
So can I ask you a thing? If you
You can
let's
ask
just say,
anything.
okay, so right now you're working, right? You get taxed.
Yeah.
Right. If I tell
If you told me you're not going to tax me, of course I'll be like, don't tax me.
If I tell you there's a way for you to get taxed less, legally speaking.
There's a difference between being taxed less and not being taxed at all. I'm as a Canadian, I do want to contribute to society. I do want to
I don't want to
contribute.
contribute 52%.
I'm not talking, but we're not talking about the percentage right now.
No, I'm talking about my percentage.
But they're not.
but
but
no, I want this
they're
shit
not
broken
being
down.
taxed at all. Is what I'm. That's my beef.
The person,
So
but
you
the
think-
company is.
The person.
But the company is.
Yeah, but then the companies get so many write-offs and all these different things. Come
because
on,
they're
man.
giving. But again,
We're not kids anymore.
No,
you know?
100%.
We can't believe all this
I'm not
shit.
trying to defend them here.
Okay, I'm
just
just
saying
saying.
that the problem is not what you think it is, because the reason
What
why
do you
they
think?
get
I think the problem is.
no, so you're blaming it on rich people.
reverse
I'm not blaming it on rich people.
Tell
I'm
me
blaming it
what
on the
my problem
government.
Okay, but the government to fix it
Yeah.
is not to tax more these companies.
No, it's to tax them. Period is what
to
I'm
tax
saying.
them properly.
Or period. But
No,
go on.
but because what I mean by that, because these companies that have their base in the United States
Yes.
are hiring people, so they're giving
Money.
employments and everything like that. Look at the Amazon leaving Quebec now
I
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
I
the
know.
warehouse.
So
is
it's
So
by
what
the-
was the beef with that anyways?
Yeah,
Why are they
something
leaving?
like that.
because they wanted to be syndicated.
Okay.
But they
And-
said it wasn't.
Ah,
But they said it wasn't about that.
Oh, yes, it was.
No,
do you mean?
they said that it wasn't because of the fact of the union and
So
whatever.
what else could it be? No, okay. See, they said it wasn't that. So what was it?
I don't know.
Wait, they said it wasn't that, and they
They
just
told
left.
me
It wasn't me.
What do you mean? They had to
That's
give it.
what they said.
No, it
that
was
was
because
the
it-
statement they gave.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was
Tell
not
them, see,
because
You can tell
it
them
was
whatever
that.
you want because
You're
the
just-
original
This is a
beef.
conspiracy of yours.
Oh shit!
I tell you, she's gonna have new followers, bro. She's gonna start making up random conspiracies.
You have no idea how many I got.
So basically, Elon, it's really Elon Musk, you know?
It's like, they're just, we're just living in a
what? Unfair world, yes.
full of
This is
lies.
nothing
What do
new.
you talk about unfair? It's all lies.
But that's nothing new.
We're living in a cave, guys. That's the reality.
Simulation is what some
It's
people
a
say.
simulation.
Yeah. I can. It is a
You believe
simulation.
that? You believe that?
What do you mean,
That
the
we live in a
simulation theory?
simulation? Yeah. We're a bunch of Sims.
But again, do I believe it or not? This is where your words are actually the wisest. If it is, so what? What are you going to do about
Yeah, exactly. You see how wise I am?
it? No, for that specific moment.
Doesn't matter. I take it. I run with it. That is how I roll.
Tell him.
No, because if it is a good, because it's like
I
me
want to go back to your solutions, by the way.
my solution. Again,
That was a solution?
I feel
I don't know
like
what it
the
was.
accounting
That was a
process,
Band-Aid.
the accounting process has to be restudied and redeveloped. Keep
There's
in
nothing
mind, in
wrong with
Quebec, not even 8 years ago, they used to tax on tax.
Imagine.
That's something that is the biggest taboo in accounting.
You know?
Like that's the biggest mistake you can do in accounting if you tax over tax.
No,
Tax
the
on
biggest
tax, baby.
mistake is taxing women for their freaking female products. Like, we didn't
That's
ask
a
for
whole
this
other
shit.
conversation.
We
but
didn't
yes.
ask for this shit. Why do I have to pay
Ask
for
for
this?
what?
This should be handed out to me.
For free?
Yes. Give me tampons.
But then the
pads
argument
for
becomes
Oh,
like,
free.
so the tampons, you were not talking about the pill.
No,
No,
she's
no,
talking about
no,
the
that's a
tampon, like
choice, right?
feminine hygiene,
That's a
female
choice,
hygienic.
But I'm just saying, like, stuff like that doesn't make
But
no
then,
sense.
then
I'm
the
like,
argument
why am
comes: if I have a
being-
headache, should Tylenol not be free at that point? I didn't ask for this headache.
Doom, doom, doom.
No, it's not the same.
No, it's not, huh?
Doom,
Equal,
doom,
equal
doom.
rights.
Because there's natural remedies that you could take for headaches.
There's
I have
also
no
natural
there's
remedies
no
that you can
natural
take.
remedies
There's
to
natural remedies to
absorb-
alleviate.
to absorb blood.
Look, by the way,
what-
I'm just being
so
devil's
what did-
advocate. You know
what
how
did
I am.
women
I
do
agree.
before tampons and
Oh, that
Douching.
was brutal. They used to have like a belt with like this much like naps. And they would have to wash it. It was contraptions. It was horrible. It was horrible. Horrible.
no, I'm for your idea.
I'm
but
totally
just saying.
for it. I just wanted to
I'm
challenge a
just
certain
saying,
thing
you
too.
know, like damn.
No, I'm for it, but then I feel like there's gonna be a lineup of other
ever hear-
people.
Oh,
coming
yeah,
with
yeah.
I
that.
know
bro.
this is disgusting. Did you ever hear of those women that free bleed?
What the fuck is that?
Oh, you never heard of free bleed?
They don't wear anything, so they
They just bleed everywhere.
What do you mean? Hold
They
on.
just
It's
bleed
kinda in the word.
everywhere.
Guys, I
They
know.
bleed
When I said
everywhere.
what the fuck is that, you know what I meant.
It's like those Japanese movies. You know when you cut the head and they're like the
They-
blood is.
Well,
But
that way.
guys, because I don't want to be ignorant. I'm gonna direct this to Sedalia, okay? Not even to Sid.
Mind your business. You don't pay taxes on
Is
tampons.
that
kinda do,
isn't that
but yes.
unsanitary? I don't know. I'm asking you.
It
You
is
I
gotta
don't
tell
think it
me.
is
I-
to that point because it's the most natural thing. Because animals actually go through the same process. and
Yes,
stuff
but
like-
not in the same quantity, I think.
Do they
as
change the
human
clothes?
beings.
I don't understand it.
No,
I'm-
it's the clothes the issue. If everybody would be
That's what I
walking
meant.
naked, you just
But that's what I mean. Like, how does that work?
because it's keeping humidity and
and then
it's
that could
creating
create
an ecosystem.
yeah,
It's
whole
just,
ecosystem.
well, it's not that, but it's just not clean to be on a metro and then somebody just bled over a
So
seat.
is
You're
that
not
a
going to sit
movement?
on it. It's very.
Yeah, I guess it's like those, letting everything
unsanitary.
grow out, right?
Yeah, they just bleed.
So is it a movement? Is it
It's a
something like?
movement. There's lots of women that do
And-
this. They just
and
free bleed.
A lot, when you say okay, stop saying a lot of women, please.
That's why I asked if it's a
No,
movement. I need to
this-
understand
these
it.
This
group
has to
of
be like
women.
1% of the
Yeah,
population.
Yeah, no, it's gross.
And why do they do it? I just want to understand. What is it?
What are they vindicating?
Yeah, what are they fighting
you know, I
against?
think it's because of the fact that there's a lot of toxic
patriarchy?
chemicals that are
Okay,
put
but
in.
aren't there
The
natural
thing is, there are, but
Yeah.
they all have some kind of thing because
something in it?
to preserve it, right? Because they have to be preserved. These things they can't just.
Isn't it cotton?
It is cotton, but they add other
No,
things.
because it's
I
like
know
whites.
that.
There's natural
It
whites
was
and
a
there's the one
simple-
with
it was a
perfume.
no, but
simple-
they
it was a
add
simple
certain
answer.
things. I think
Perfumes,
to
I'm
preserve it.
guessing.
No, to preserve it so it doesn't create fungus.
Isn't
Oh, it's like an antibacterial.
Yeah, something like that.
well, they
But
better
isn't that
be
a good
wearing-
thing?
Huh?
Look, I researched this because there was a huge
You
thing
trying to
about
be a free,
tampons,
what's it called,
and
free
there was a
bleeder?
lot of things about tampons and stuff. They have like metals and stuff like that, and people were getting really freaked out. And then I researched it, and like, okay, some of these are toxic at a certain amount,
Yes.
but the quantity that
It takes
it
to
is
absorb in your
within
body.
this is harmless, right? So, anyways,
So
I
let
think
me
a lot
guess.
of them
There's
just
cancer related to this.
look anything that like it's inside you.
I mean,
So,
cancer is...
shit hides.
No, but like every time they say, oh, there's metal or plastic, and then it's
Aluminum.
yeah, it's one of the reasons why, whatever.
right.
I mean, that could be true. It could be triggered.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
With I don't know. Don't forget, there's also some women that leave their tampons on inside too long, which is a huge. No, but that's not a joke. That is
No,
It
no.
wasn't a joke.
Yeah.
You can die from this.
I got a story for you.
Oh, really? I'm interested. I do like these
Are
stories.
you sure?
Yeah.
You ready?
Oh, I'm not easily disgusted by these things.
It's not
I've
about
heard it
being
all.
disgusted.
I've heard it all.
So I have a friend.
Yes.
Okay.
I've heard it all. I work in gynae, so please.
Okay,
tell
I have
me.
a friend
Yeah.
that was talking to this girl.
Okay.
Hit it off, talking,
Okay.
getting to know each other, whatever. So one night they decide
Have fun.
to have
To
fun.
be like adults.
Yes, And they had an interesting night.
Oh,
She had the time of her life. He the next day calls me and he's like, yo, beautiful girl, fun girl, but the smell was off.
Oh my.
And he was like, yo, I felt like something was in there.
No.
It was really weird.
No. Okay. Yes, I've heard of this. Okay.
So I was like, yo, just ask her. I'm like, ask her. Maybe she has one of those contraceptives. Yeah,
IUDs,
that's it.
yeah.
I'm like,
But
shit, maybe your dick
shouldn't
is so...
feel it too much.
I have no idea.
Right. Okay.
Like, no fucking idea. I was just like, the smell, you can tell her politely.
Inquire.
What do you... Because
How
I don't
do
know.
you address
Because I don't
that?
know if women actually realize...
Can you finish your story?
Yeah, we'll
but I
finish
want to
the-
get to that
yeah.
after. That's why I'm
Yeah.
So finally, they called each other like the next day or whatever, and she was like, "Because women, I don't know why they do this. They want like a report, so I don't really like it." I was. He's
I'm
like,
surprised it
"Listen,
took
I
that
really
long."
did enjoy." And then she told him, "I was surprised you didn't go down on me." And he was like, because it seems that he was going down,
And then he
then
stopped.
he
Abort
got
mission.
slapped.
Abort mission.
Exactly. And he's like, listen, he's like, by any chance, do you have any type of contraceptive or anything like that? And she was like, no, not at all. I'm super, she's a kind of a hipster too, like a yogi and stuff. And so from there, he's like, is it possible that you had a tampon in? He's
He
like,
actually said that.
yeah.
Props
And-
to him, though.
And she was like, no, impossible. I finished my period like 4 days ago. 4 days ago. So she started touching herself while they were FaceTiming. And she was like, I can't feel anything. And he was like, no, if you go on the right side, you'll probably feel
love that.
something.
He knew
Well,
her.
he was there.
I know, but he knew her intimate parts.
Well, I guess because
Better
he
than
used
she
his
did.
Well, he could
fingers
feel
too.
it maybe more.
And he used the
No,
fingers.
I know, guys. It was just.
And
it's all right.
little did he know, she had a tampon
Oh,
inside.
that's horrifying.
So that tampon
That
was
could
there
have made
for
her
4
sick.
days.
That could have made her sick, no?
Yes. But
It
yes.
would have been if it was her light days, maybe it didn't have enough time.
But the thing when it came out, from what he described,
Was it green?
Oh shit! What happened?
holy shit. But wait, there
He
was
saw.
yeah, it was on
watched.
fucking FaceTime.
Yeah. Like, but why show him all that?
Like
Why-
no,
why
because
show
she was
him all
like trying
that?
to prove to him.
I'd be like, look, I'll take your word for it, baby. You
That's
know, like to
extremely
the
dangerous,
left, to the
but-
left.
Yeah, but that's not even the worst part.
Oh no.
And then she was like, shit, this is not the first time it happens to me.
You would be surprised. This happens to a few women.
Again,
And
I
that's
could
okay.
I could maybe understand it happens to women, but if it happens more than once, like
Well, the
after
fact
the
that she
first time, I
forgot.
would be super paranoid.
Yeah,
Now-
exactly. A lot of women, they know that it happened because they're like, oh my God, like I don't feel the string or I don't understand. You know
No,
what
she
I mean?
just
They're
forgot it. Like it
paranoid.
got swollen. Like
So
Start disintegrating.
going back to what you were originally gonna say now, because I wanted to get to this part. I wanted you
Yeah.
to finish story. Like, what is the proper way to address something like that? Like from like, okay, so let's say for example, if a guy is not hygienic or whatever, as a
Right.
woman, do you address it? You know, how do you say it? And also for a man, what would be the best way for him to come to a woman and say, hey, you know,
You got to put ego aside. You got to put pride aside. At the end of
That's
the day,
really
it comes
hard.
to yeah, I know, but it does come back to well-being for both. I'm very honest. I'm very much like that. I've had conversations.
yeah, you're straight.
I'm
in
very
general,
direct.
in
I'm like,
life.
listen, it's like this, and this is the reason why, right? Some people are like, oh shit, I never thought about that. You're right. Okay, cool. I respect that. And then that's
did you
it.
ever tell a girl?
No, not like no. I've like obviously like every man has happened, right? Like
Oh,
where
I
it's like-
did.
but I didn't. I couldn't.
I mean, it's
find,
embarrassing, of course.
Yeah, I couldn't. I
but-
couldn't. But I think
it's
she was aware
important.
because she spoke of it later on and said, like, I think it had something to do with
Infection.
not infection.
BV,
Uh, is,
bacterial vaginosis.
is thyroids a thing? Could that be a thing?
What?
Could
Thyroid.
thyroid be a factor?
Well,
Oh,
it
I
is.
mean, if your thyroid is off, you might be more prone to
For like a
BV,
pH imbalance
yeah,
and stuff?
you could
Okay.
get bacterial vaginitis.
Because that's what I remembered the
Yeah.
Yeah,
conversation
that makes
being
sense.
about. So I was like, oh, okay. Because then I actually was like, all right, cool. Because the thing is, she was always a
All
very
right, cool.
no,
maybe
because
like a
no, it's
yeast
like because she was a very clean girl. It's just like she was always,
Yeah.
very, very like sanitary, smelling good all the time. Just there was always like a particular,
Oh, like maybe like it could be like the yeast.
Yeah.
I think it's the yeast if it's like if it's your hormones.
But
stuff
it was
like that,
forever,
pH.
though.
But she could be clean and everything and not smell to your liking too. So there's
interesting.
Because I'm
This-
guessing you've
it
seen more than
shouldn't
3
be
vaginas in your
punch-
life.
Yeah, a little
Can we
bit.
all agree they all smell differently?
They all do, and I'm not a picky
They
guy.
shouldn't
Like,
have-
I am.
They shouldn't have a very.
yeah,
pungent
overly
smell.
pungent smell. Yes.
Do you know what I mean? It's
Oh, there's smell, there's taste. Let's go with all
but
the.
if it's clean properly, because
Yes.
a lot of women are not educated on this.
And there is.
Man, I heard stories even from like women. A lot of men are not educated.
Yeah, yeah,
in
No,
that either.
absolutely not.
And
yeah.
there is the combination of you with them.
yes.
This is true.
I did
So-
not know
You
that.
can throw
Yes,
off a
it
woman's
is.
pH balance like a motherfucker.
Exactly.
That is one of the biggest reasons why women have bacterial vaginosis.
Yep.
That is the one that's has
No,
the
but some
fishy
people
smell.
do not match.
No, they do not.
They
Yep.
do not
And
match.
some men, their semen causes a huge
Oh,
imbalancement
acidity.
of pH,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
causes them either yeast infections
Yep.
or the bacterial vaginosis, the fishy smell.
That's why you should have
Bacterial
swallowed it.
vaginosis.
I always say, like,
Man, we
sometimes-
should have started this pod talking about this
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I like this
The
shit.
fishy smell.
No, I mean I like talking
It's
about
because of a dirty
education,
penis.
sex education.
No, but like I said, the only mistake I did was it wasn't with somebody that I was necessarily.
Close to?
Yeah.
So you said it too
But how
direct.
did you go about it? I'm just curious.
No, because she.
Inquired? She wanted the lowdown?
I think she had doubts.
Mm.
And then she was like, I was just wondering.
Because you wouldn't go. You wouldn't go
I don't know
downtown?
if it was that, to be honest. It was a long time ago. But I just remember her approaching me and telling me, so did you like the taste and the smell? And I was like, why are you asking me these questions? And the whole thing wasn't that bad. Like
Every woman
I've
asks
seen
that.
worse.
Okay.
So I was like, maybe it's just her. Because the thing is, one day you could have one flavor and then
Depending on what
What
you
is this,
eat.
Craig David? What's your flavor?
Tell me what's your flavor. But it could depend on if she's closer to her
Yep,
period or not,
very,
what
yeah.
she ate.
100.
And again, I've learned this because when you live with a woman for so long,
You
you
get
see
it.
through the patterns. But then it's really interesting. You get synchronized where your nose and your taste buds just neutralize everything once you're with somebody for so long.
Oh, you get used to it, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then she asked me, and I was like, and then she was like, Sin, you can be honest with you. And I'm like, I'd rather not. And then I was like,
But
listen.
even saying that on its own is an answer, you know? She
You
should
are
probably have
already-
taken the cue.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but the thing is, she wanted details because she wanted to know if it was maybe her shampoo, maybe.
Oh.
Yeah,
Her
because there's so,
shampoo.
yeah,
That's why I said, oh.
there's people that do vaginal.
Oh, you mean like cleansing down there? Like
no,
with the,
big no.
What do you mean?
No.
What, no?
Douching is the worst thing a woman can do.
What?
Because a vagina is
You get rid of
self-cleaning.
oils?
The
No, but
inside-
sometimes your pH is thing it neutralizes everything back to make it a good cycle back.
not
Isn't that,
really
what is that?
recommended.
Is that? Don't they
Vaginal.
have that yoni cleansing? That's
Oh,
not.
Vagisil?
So that's no yoni cleansing. Is that not a thing? You ever heard of that? Yoni cleansing?
What's that?
No?
It
Okay,
sounds
it's like-
familiar, but I'm not sure.
I always thought it was the same as douching, but it's not, I guess.
No, douching is quite awful.
But you don't do it every day.
You shouldn't be doing it at all.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what. Okay,
You shouldn't mess up with the pH balance of your vajayjay. It's self-cleaning.
yeah,
so
but if your
the
pH is
only-
already unbalanced,
If it's unbalanced,
Okay,
because it
so-
could be your
yogurt.
medication.
You
it
eat
could
yogurt.
Be, yeah, that's those
Anything
for
that
the.
has some kind of
But,
probiotic,
So,
any kind of, to just
the
balance.
yoni cleansing.
Yes.
This is why I probably thought it was like akin to douching. So it's also known as V steaming.
Oh,
So vaginal steaming involves
Gwyneth Paltrow. She loved that stuff.
squatting or sitting over a hot pot, steaming water that is infused with herbs. A blanket is often wrapped around the lower body to prevent the steam from escaping. So
Lord.
that's no good.
I don't know. I would not. I've never heard of the Guyanese recommend this.
Okay. Cool.
A nice sitz bath with a little bit of baking soda.
Hey, baking soda.
Neutralizes things very nicely.
Okay.
Just be nice. No perfumes down there. No edible underwear. No
Oh.
oils. No flavored oils.
No oil, no flavored oil.
No, oils, water-based oils are good. Are fine.
There's no such thing as water-based oils. Lube, you're talking about. Water-based oil.
but body massages.
Body massage.
Like the oil massages.
I would not put any of that oils
trust
near
me.
a hoo-ha.
Trust me.
No.
I think
No,
you guys are focused on two separate things.
No.
Yeah.
Don't mess with the
Wax
pH.
in, wax out.
No, don't mess with the pH.
You guys are focused on two different
Never
things.
had a problem with pH levels or anything
Well,
like
you
that.
wouldn't.
Never had no problem with that whatsoever.
How
No
would you-
complaints.
You're
What do you
so
mean?
Funny. How would you know?
Because they come back for more.
But it just it
With no restrictions.
it could be a little imbalancement. It doesn't mean it's gonna act out. It might be she'll have more discharge.
It doesn't kill you.
Like
Oh,
I said,
Jesus.
like I said, it's not that it's
That's basically
her
Trump.
vagina just cleans really well.
Okay.
It's self-cleaning.
Self-cleaning.
game
But it is a
like a
self-cleaning
dishwasher.
tool.
It is a self-cleaning tool. But the thing is, a lot of women don't actually clean the vulva area
Oh.
because they think like vagina, but that's not your vagina. Your vagina is the inside
Who
part.
taught you that? Just out of curiosity?
I've read that stuff as a kid.
I've
No, but
always,
for kids and everything.
Yeah, I read it as a
Everything-
kid.
I
Oh, yeah,
noticed at a
definitely.
very young age because I was also very curious. But I was
How old
also
were you?
around 13.
I was like 7, 8 when I had a book.
Oh no, the
About
books,
this
yes,
stuff.
but to actually know, like,
Yeah.
really taking
Why are
care
you
of
so
things.
smiling?
I was very
Shit.
happy. I was very proud of myself.
Oh my god,
Vagina.
Yeah, I was so proud. I was so
7 and
proud.
8, that's pretty decent.
Yeah, reading this shit. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just a very curious bee, and I had a lot of people around me that liked the medical, just having knowledge about the medical everything. So I just was in it, and
You should
somehow
have you could have a medical episode with her and Kiki
I love it.
side by side.
But yeah,
The vagina and the nurse.
Wait, the vagina and the nurse. Wait a minute, who's a vagina?
vagina.
Who's the nurse? And on that note.